highlights of the news. Traffic accident. A Beaver County man being held for murder is more later.
What's going on, y'all? You're tuning in to the highest rated, most listened to podcast to ever grace the airwaves, and you're a better person for listening to us. All right, maybe not, but you're really going to enjoy it anyways. This is Made to Motivate Podcast, and we'll be talking social media hot topics, pop culture news, the greatest in movies and music, and all things sports. Make sure you're following us on social media at Made to Motivate Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can watch the show on our YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and with that being said, let's get this show started. Chris, I think that you've earned yourself the full screen video for our intro every week because your dance moves are flawless.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? This is Made to Motivate Podcast, Season 3, Episode 13. And this is your host, Ryan Weiss. I'm joined, as always, with Jesse Young from Sports Illustrated / Hub Pages.
What's going on?
What's going on, sir?
Yeah, I just wrote a new article on Hub Pages because SI's done. So
are they just temporarily on pause? Possibly.
Yeah, we're paused until further notice. So might never happen again. Might pick back up. Who knows?
Yeah,
awesome.
I was struggling super hard to find your Sports Illustrated profile to share in all those links.
Yeah,
I kept just going to that weird Browns Jesse Unk one.
Brown's just the one that's just my Brown stuff.
Yeah, so you got to send me the link so I can update our little thing.
si.com/author/Jesse Young.
There we go. Check it out, guys. We've got Chris, the film freak, Kessinger. How you doing?
I'll have you know from your intro that I feel like I am a better person when I watch this show.
Hey, I appreciate it. It's good to know. I think you are a better person since joining the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He was a piece of shit before us.
Jeez.
He's got a lot of people that can back him up on that.
To each their own. And then we're also joined by a special guest. We got Carter LLoyd joining us. How's it going, sir?
I'm surviving.
Survive that, yes.
Yeah.
We'll get into that here in a little bit, more in depth with how Carter feels and joining us and everything. But he is a master magician. He's got his own show in Las Vegas and his own show on, I don't know, Discovery Channel or something.
You may have heard of it. It's called Fool Us. No.
Fool Us, yes. So we're gonna do a little bit of magic and everything with Carter and talk about some other interesting things he's got going on right now. But outside of that, what's going on with you guys this week? What's up, Jesse? New and exciting?
I had a good week. I did not have to go into work because of the preemptive COVID stuff. I still had to work. I had kids online. Today was my first day back. But all last week because of Thanksgiving and everything, we worked from home. Surprisingly, I actually had students show up online, so I had to work full hours every day.
Oh, shucks. I actually had to work.
I know. Sucked. But no, but I did that. Steph and I decided, since our IVF stuff is coming to a close soon, that we wanted to have one last nice getaway. So we went to a place called Bellevue, Bellevue Suites in Toledo.
Okay.
It was awesome.
I don't know. Did you talk about this last week?
No.
How did you know?
Because Stephanie's page had said so her page said that you guys were in Maumee, Ohio.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is, so I got lost once in Maumee, Ohio.
I heard it's amazing. My friend has a friend that lives there, and he's like, it's one of the best places.
Oh, is it really?
I don't know if that's what he said.
I got lost there for
That's
20
what she
minutes.
Yeah, I had no idea, but I always forget that me and Steph apparently aren't friends on the old Book of Faces. So I didn't realize. I'm like, what? How did I miss this? I was pulling to Jesse and I didn't realize you talked about it. So
it was a super impromptu thing. She posted hey, we want to have a getaway. Where should we go? And my dad suggested it. Apparently,
good old Ronald.
Take her to the Leonard Skinner Museum.
Yeah. So apparently this place is the number 6 most romantic place in America.
Oh, really?
Oh, shucks, Jesse.
So I'm
softy.
Well, fuck yeah, let's go. Because I was like, well, when do we have anything available? And she's like, it's booked all the way to July. The only place that's open is this Saturday.
Wow.
So I was like, well, fuck it, let's just go.
Yeah.
So we went out to it's 20 minutes outside of Toledo. So we went to the Toledo Art Museum, which was incredible.
Yeah.
There's Van Goghs and Monets and all this crazy shit. I guess it's a nationally renowned art museum, which I never thought. I thought it was going to be an Akron art museum because we were looking for random stuff to do, and there's nothing near this place.
Yeah.
So we went there, and then we stopped at the Maumee Company Brewing area.
Yeah.
And there was a brewery there, 2 stories, really nice. Their beer was pretty good. Food was really good. And then we went to our place. And so this place is just like, it's like a little neighborhood. It's not a hotel.
Yeah.
And when you go in and check in, you get a garage door opener and the key to your room. You get your own garage. You pull in. As soon as you go in, there's the bedroom with a fireplace at the foot.
Ooh.
Hot tub in the room.
Yeah, bro.
Shower with like dual heads. Like
Yeah.
everything in it was super fancy and
get it
nice,
on.
man.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing
Who
is,
sat on the shower at first?
Hey,
so the craziest thing though is like we got the cheap room and it was nice, you know, because that was all it was all that was available.
Going all
Fuck
out.
you, it was all that was available.
Sir, it's only $50.
Excuse me, I need the cheapest room available.
Their other rooms have full-sized swimming pools in them.
In the room?
In the room.
Jeez.
You can get a room with a full-size swimming pool. So we're getting that next time.
Jeez.
This is Toledo?
Yeah, but we got champagne and mimosa. Dude, when we were pulling up, it's like in the middle of nothing.
Yeah.
Like factories, like Motel 6s,
That's Toledo.
and like all this other, you know, we're driving through. I'm like, what the fuck are we getting into? Like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
Round the corner at like this fucking warehouse where there's just a bunch of old semis parked outside. And then you just turn the corner and there's just like these row of hedges and this beautiful building all decorated for Christmas with all these lights just shining out in the middle of all of this fucking white trash neighborhood.
Jeez.
And it was awesome. So
Well, that's
if
how you-
ever you have a
how you
romantic
really
night,
feel.
there you go.
Dude,
That's the place to go.
I've done those like cabins in Amish country. It's called like Berlin cabins.
Yeah.
And they have that where they've got like the dope hot tubs in the room,
Yeah.
and then like the really nice fireplace, and then they do the
With
one I-
Ashley, right?
No, it was me and Chris actually, but
Oh, speaking of mustache rides.
hey, they have like no phone service and stuff. So
Yeah.
you just do like they have board games in the room, and they've got this like diary book thing where people will leave like notes from when they were there, or people like hide stuff, and then you like try and find it and you document it in there and
Yeah.
stuff. It's pretty dope.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So mommy for the weekend.
Yeah.
What else? Is that all?
That's pretty much it. I wrote a new article just because I had some downtime. But other
Awesome
than that, it's
article, by the
nothing.
way.
Thank you.
And back to school and
Back to
things are
school.
normal. So they didn't. They're
we
not,
finished our hydroponics, sealed up every single leak. It is good to go now. So we got the light and all
Dope.
that stuff. It's done. So I'll be putting out photos to everybody that donated. Thank you all listeners who donated.
I keep
Chris.
getting emails. Thank you, Mr. Unk, for your donations to my email.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chris,
Same it.
what did you do this weekend? Anything cool and exciting, or anything since last week?
First of all, I got this damn tournament finalized finally.
Yes.
In terms of, got the 16 people together. We do, of course, everybody knows we do a mini golf tournament every year, but we also do a billiards tournament since last year. We lost half our players, but we managed to pick up 6 new players. And I think the tournament this year is a lot tougher than it was last year.
Yeah, we're doing a
Definitely.
billiards tournament, but Chris is going to make sure he handles the balls and everything will be very COVID safe.
Yes.
So don't worry. We'll be distanced with a 6-foot-long pool stick, and the only person that will touch our balls is Chris.
Tis only I who can touch your balls.
Yep.
But
So-
did that, got my Christmas gift early on Saturday, which was a Pitbull Platinum shaver. This thing is so badass, dude. Like, if you're bald, that's the way to go, man. It's so easy. You can use, shaving cream, water under the faucet, anything you want to use on it. Like, it's completely waterproof. I can shave my head in the shower while I'm in there. Easy to clean. You just put it in a water dish that it comes with and turn it on for like 10 seconds, and it literally sprinkles all the hairs, everything out.
Huh.
Yeah, dude, that's dope. I use like just a regular electric razor or whatever, and it
Yeah.
does a pretty good job, but I
Mhm.
need something specific for like doing that.
I recommend it. And like, the battery's cool. It comes with a lock mode in case you bring it in like a suitcase and it accidentally turns on. You can lock it.
Might not go over very well.
Yeah. But
Sir, your bag is making this funny noise.
Not a sponsor.
I shaved my head about 43 times in the last 3 days. So
Just cause.
just cause. Yeah.
Just wanted to play with your head, keep it
But
clean.
Pitbull, if you would like to sponsor us.
Please.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Dale.
We're taking sponsor applications this year.
Absolutely.
I hate Pitbull.
Anything else that you did other than
The rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rapper's awful.
Wait, is it not his?
No.
Oh, it's just a Pitbull thing.
Oh,
I thought because he was bald,
There's
like
a
it was.
dog on it.
Fucking Jesse, bro.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it?
No.
He's fucking bald.
It's not the
It would
first
make
thing I
sense
thought
if
of.
he was the one that
Oh.
endorsed the fucking thing.
This fucking
I'm
guy.
fucking done, dude. Ryan, how was your week?
Makes sense.
I fucking can't with Jesse
It makes fucking
sometimes.
sense.
What did I do this
I hate you
weekend?
guys.
Oh, dude. So I went over to Dan's. Dan's been quarantined for 2 weeks because he didn't have COVID, but an employee or a worker of his did. So he quarantined. So like this weekend was the first time we hung out in a while. I went over and helped him start doing the editing on his shoe videos and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Bro, I was fucking dead watching these videos of him. Like he recorded himself and he doesn't know how to do any editing. So I'm like helping him. I did like the first 4 shoes in the 11 shoe video to like kind of walk him through it and everything. There are so many hilarious outtakes. Like
Leave those in.
I was dying, bro. We were like crying tears, laughing at all these. We left some in. I think we're gonna do like an outtake or like blooper reel of it.
Yeah.
It is so because he's never recorded anything like this before.
Mhm.
So he's just, I don't know. You got to watch it, man. I was gonna have him come on tonight so we could like play some of them and talk about it, but
You haven't uploaded anything yet, though?
no, because he's still recording.
Is he just going to backlog a bunch of episodes?
He's
so he
gonna
can
do. So it was that he did 33 pairs of shoes.
Damn.
He bought 33 pairs of shoes over the course of the last year and didn't open any of them. And he's doing like a massive unboxing. So it'll be 3 videos, each 11 pairs of shoes. And he
Okay.
unboxes them and talk about them. So he's going to release them a week apart. The first one will be out next week on his birthday, I think.
Yeah.
It's Acro Kicks 330. I'll put his information here. You guys follow him on Instagram. It's going to be legit. Like some of these shoes are dope.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about like the PS5,
Yeah.
how it's impossible to get shoes and stuff like that.
Some of these
Or
are
like to get, that's like these. Like some of these are.
How does he get them? Does he just buy them?
you get on? It's like
like
the PS5,
aftermarket?
man. No, most of them you get on and hope that you win them. Of the 33, I think he said 5 or 6 of them were like aftermarket, like he bought resale. So,
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, I spent some time over there this weekend helping him record that, and that was really it. Nothing too exciting.
Did he ever find music for those? I know he was struggling on the.
He put out like that thing asking.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, nobody in Akron is going to send you anything, bro. So,
Yeah.
there's places you can get royalty free, which I told him that I could help him get some music that way, but he was just trying to do the like cool thing and support like some local people.
How long will that video be? Like 11 pairs of shoes. That seems
This
like a lot.
one is,
But if you cut them into.
well, it's the each video is probably going to be about 35 minutes or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was longer,
Okay.
but we went through. We spent a long time going through, lining everything up. He's got multiple camera angles, lining up the audio,
Mhm.
and then figuring out like what can we eliminate.
Damn.
Because I mean, it'd be way too long otherwise. Like no one's gonna watch an hour long video.
Mhm. I agree.
Not a lot of people are gonna watch that. So anyhow, we spent some time doing that. Overall, nothing too crazy. I have a really short week this week. I work tomorrow and then I'm off the rest of the week. So I'm pumped about that. I know.
Mhm.
Sorry, Chris. Anyhow, Carter,
Sure.
I know, or this weekend, is your current circumstance that hinder you this past weekend, or when did that come on?
Really, it was the worst of it was actually the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I didn't actually find out until the 3rd.
Okay.
I tested positive for COVID.
Yeah.
I should have gotten tested much earlier than I actually did.
Yeah.
The thing that made me actually get tested was my girlfriend. She works in specialty coffee, and one of her coworkers tested positive, and she had been exposed to them, so she went and got tested, and I had gone over to her apartment and had dinner with her the night before she found out that her coworker tested positive. So
Yeah.
she told me, she was like, you should probably get tested anyway.
Right.
Now my girlfriend had COVID a few months ago.
Damn.
And when she had COVID, I went and got tested and I somehow tested negative. And I'd spent a lot of time with her during the time in which she was actually sick with COVID.
Yeah.
And I somehow didn't catch it. So I was like, yeah, truth be told, it was kind of Mostly me thinking, yeah, I should probably get tested anyway. Like, it's about time I get tested. Also,
Right.
small part of it was to help her feel more comfortable with it as well.
Yeah.
Very
Which she's gonna be watching this later, so hopefully that doesn't get me in trouble.
What?
But
Sorry.
so I was thinking like, I'll get tested, but I'll probably be negative. Like, there's no way.
Right.
So I went to a rapid testing place, like less than a mile or less than 2 miles from my apartment. And you go in, they swab you, you go out, sit in your car for 15 minutes, and then they bring you your results. So I was sitting there, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably be negative, whatever. They come up, knock on my car window, and I open my car window, and they're like, so your test came back positive. And I was like,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So I was like, awesome. So at that point, like, I just started texting all my employers and like everybody,
Yeah.
and like my parents and everybody from my church and everything, just like, hey.
How did that conversation go? Like, hey guys, I'm positive. You probably should get tested. They're like,
Yeah.
positive for what?
I made sure to throw in COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was,
Yeah.
in hindsight, like, so the week I just recently started a new job, actually working in medical waste disposal.
Okay.
So I work in a warehouse disposing of a bunch of medical waste, infectious material, everything. um, and a big portion of that is I'm in like a semi trailer unloading it. And so
Jeez.
like my first week and a half there, I was pretty much just in the trailer unloading it when it was super cold. So when I started getting sick, I was like, it's probably just a chest cold from that, because it truly didn't feel too different from that.
Yeah.
That, and then also I was working 7 days a week between 3 jobs
Yeah.
that I have.
You just feel exhausted
yeah.
basically at that point, anyways.
So I was like super fatigued, and I was like, well, I am working 7 days a week, like 50 to 60 hours every week. So I'm just not used to that. And my new job is super like manual labor intensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't need to get tested. I did go. I didn't go home for the holidays for Thanksgiving. I went, but I did go to my girlfriend's, and I was helping her cook, and she was chopping this big onion right next to me, and she's like, "Man, this onion is super potent," and I was like, I don't smell that at all."
Oh, no.
Oh God.
And
You
like,
don't smell
but
an onion,
again,
you definitely got problems.
Right.
yeah, but like, if I got close to it, I could smell it. So I was like, okay, I haven't totally lost my sense of smell and taste. And like, I never lost I still haven't lost my sense of taste. I can taste everything fine.
Yeah.
And like, even earlier, I was burning a candle in our living room, and I could smell that fine, even through a mask.
Jeez.
Because so I've been wearing my mask pretty much anytime I leave my room, because my roommate tested. He got a test and he tested negative. So I'm just trying my best to stay 6 feet from him and keep a mask on whenever I leave the room and everything.
He didn't just like go in his room and cough all over all of his belongings or anything.
Only when he's not here. So
Okay,
like,
that's fair.
yeah, I don't do it in front of him.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, but
Considerate thing. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, I try to
Lick
be a
all the
considerate
spoons,
person.
put them back.
But yeah, I mean, like, that was the biggest symptom that anybody I had heard, like I talked to had COVID,
Yeah.
or even the guy you guys had on your podcast a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Matt.
Yeah, Matt. He said that he lost his sense of taste and smell, right? So my mind, I was like, oh, I still can taste and smell stuff, so I don't really need to get tested. It surely can't be COVID.
Right.
But
So Carter and me, longtime friends. I met him in Indiana because that's where my brother started his church like 10 years ago. And he's pretty much on the same page as us, like generally liberal, but like, same general viewpoints. Works at a gun store also, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But like, so you were like avidly on the same side of like wear your mask, COVID, this and that.
Yeah,
Does it change? Because you don't have like super severe symptoms as of right now, right?
correct. As of right now, if I get up and walking around my apartment a lot, I'll get winded. Earlier, I walked down to my mailbox to get my mail and came back up. And by the time I live on my apartment's on the second floor. So by the time I got to my apartment door, it felt like in my chest, like I was breathing through a straw, essentially.
Yeah.
Um,
Does that change anything for like? Does that change your viewpoint at all? Like, just going through it and having it really not be that bad for you? Because I see a lot of people who are like, well, I got it and it's not that bad. So we just need to learn how to live with it.
Like POTUS?
Like POTUS.
like POTUS, yeah.
It's a bad comparison because now Carter's going to be like, fuck no. But
no, no, honestly, it doesn't, because in my mind, like the wearing your mask, for me, the reason I was wearing my mask is for all the people around me that I know who are immune compromised and in the age group that are more affected by it. So for me, that doesn't change at all, just because like technically I don't know if like how true this is, but like you're supposedly immune to it for like 3 months after or something. Like just because I am immune to it or
Right.
I have the antibodies, that doesn't mean that Sally Mae on the street does, and if I
Good old
walk past
Sally.
her. Yeah. So like for me, it's more about protecting the people around me that I care about, and even like the people that I don't know. So I know Ryan and Chris, you guys aren't like religious or anything, but for me, a lot of my
Chris
Are
is
you?
very offended by that.
Oh,
You called me out. You're right, but you called me out.
For me, a lot of my reasoning for wearing a mask came from Matthew.
Did God tell you to wear that mask in your sleep?
Absolutely, yeah. No, came from like the scripture of saying like whatever you do for the least of these, you've done unto me. You know.
No, man. Yeah,
you are an asshole.
Terrible person. But so like for me, it's like whatever I'm doing unto the people who can't. Right now, I just have the camera on Chris, and he's just
Thanks, asshole.
Take it off myself. Bro, I'm so red.
Forgive these heathens, Carter.
Sorry.
What?
I
No,
said forgive these heathens.
Totally fine.
please forgive me.
Come on our show. I said, funny they'd be saying.
Yeah.
They said it.
But yeah, it's for me. It's more for me like caring for the people around me than the discomfort that, because I honestly like I'm the first one to say like I hate wearing a mask. It's one of the most uncomfortable things ever. But like
Absolutely.
I've chosen to do that and put up with that discomfort because I know that it's actually in the long run protecting the people around me. But
Do you think I work very hard at this beard so I can cover it with a stupid
right?
mask? I hate it. It's awful.
Carter, I had a question.
Yeah.
Throughout this all, obviously there's been a lot of information thrown left and right about this virus that we're dealing with. Is there anything that you would say you picked up on yourself, without hearing it beforehand?
Like just any information about the virus itself?
Well, just any experiences that you're going through, like something that you clearly didn't expect with the virus, and it just happened. You woke up and felt something.
Honestly, like it's gonna sound gross, but like so much like mucus drainage, especially like in the morning. Cause like I always heard that it was like a dry cough, whatever, but like, dude, first thing when I wake up in the morning, I'm hacking up all sorts of nasty crap. I'm like that. And that was another reason as to why I was like, oh, this, like, I didn't get tested for a while. Cause I was like, COVID is a dry cough. It's like not like you're not supposed to be coughing anything up or whatever.
Right.
And so that's why it really just felt to me truly like I had a severe chest cold. So like I was like taking vitamin C, like just trying to drink a lot of water, anything that I normally would do when I'd have a chest cold. But yeah, so I mean that's probably really the only thing that like I didn't actively hear about. And
Did you have a similar experience to like what Matt, who was on our show, he said everything was kind of copacetic and fine for him, and then it was like it just hit him. Like one night he started feeling like crap, got the fever, all that stuff. Like it was out of nowhere. Was yours kind of similar to that?
yeah, like I remember I woke up in the middle of the night with like chills and stuff. Um, which like I like to sleep in my room cold. But I sleep with a big heavy blanket on me. So I was like, that's really weird. Like I don't in that moment I didn't feel bad. Like when I woke up with these chills or whatever, like I didn't feel shortness of breath or anything like that. I was like, this is just super weird, whatever. Woke up the
Right.
next morning, and then that's kind of when everything started to hit me. When I was like, it was almost like, when you breathe in a lot of cold air throughout the night,
Yep.
how your throat feels. I woke up and kind of felt that way. And then it just kind of progressively got worse throughout the week. And I got like super tired and fatigued, and really the chills for me would only come throughout the night. Like throughout the day, physically, as far as like a fever or like anything like that, like when I'd be working, I felt by and large like mostly fine. um but it seemed like whenever I would slow down for the day, that's when it would like all hit me from throughout the day,
Yeah.
which really sucked.
Jesse?
So what are you doing now? Because you're not working, you're quarantined from everybody. So how are you passing the time for these
That was my next question.
2 weeks minimum?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm actually binge watching the Clone Wars, because
Very good.
I haven't seen the series The Clone Wars,
I have not seen it either.
and like since the I don't want to spoil anything. Since the
It's
Spoiler
okay.
alert.
I know
Oh,
a bunch
okay.
of this.
Since the episode of The Mandalorian that had the tie-in to the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I really,
Probably best episode.
I
yeah.
think so.
Honestly, I think these last two episodes have been incredible.
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
But since that, I was like, man, my roommate, he's a huge Star Wars fan, and he was like explaining to me all the significance of everything in the episode. I was like, oh man, I really should watch this. And then
Yeah.
like 2 days later, I got my positive test, and I was like, oh,
Fuck.
might as well. Like,
Perfect timing.
yeah, just
Yeah.
buckle down. So I've been watching it. I've been following a guide online to watch it chronologically, because I
Yeah.
guess the order in which it was released is not the order that it happens chronologically as far as the storyline goes.
Right.
So I've been watching it in the chronological order, which makes so much more sense,
Yeah.
with everything. So
Do you have you had like day-to-day help and stuff? Like, so when you get COVID, obviously you're not expecting that you're going to get COVID. So I'm sure a lot of people probably aren't prepared for the fact that they're going to have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
right.
Have you run into that situation where like, well, fuck, I wasn't prepared for this, and you don't have, I mean, because obviously you can't or shouldn't be going out and getting food and shopping and things like
Right.
that. So what does that look like for you? What do you?
Well, for like the first day and a half, DoorDash was like my best friend.
Yeah.
Just bringing me, I probably DoorDashed 4 or 5 times in those first 2 days, which
You got a dash
cost-
pass?
No, and it cost me
You need to
so
get
much
Dash Pass.
money.
Yeah, you got to do the dash pass, man. $10, it gets you free delivery and stuff.
That is
Orders
entirely
over
worth
12
it, and I will look into that.
Yeah, it's
Um, But my roommate's grandpa actually went grocery shopping for us, and just
Dope.
brought us a bunch of groceries and just dropped it at our front door, rang the doorbell, and left. So
Is
we
he
went out.
quarantining as well? I don't know if I missed that.
My
Is your
roommate, yeah,
quarantined?
he is, yeah,
Okay.
because he was like one of the first people I text when I got my positive test. So he also works in specialty coffee, downtown Indy. So they told him to quarantine for, I don't know if he's doing just the 10 days, because I only have to quarantine for 10 days
Yeah.
from
that's what I
my
heard.
positive
CDC
test.
updated that. Yeah, CDC changed it from the 14 to the 10 just recently.
Yeah. So I think he's just doing the 10 days. He's getting another test done on Friday just to make sure, because he did a rapid test, and the rapid test positives are a lot more accurate than their negatives. So
Okay.
he got a negative test doing the rapid test on the 4th. So it is the day after I got my test done.
Okay.
And so I guess on Friday he's gonna go get another test done, but have it sent off and tested, because those negative results are a lot more reliable than the rapid test negatives.
Right.
So his employers told him to quarantine for
Do the right thing.
for however much time it was. So he's just been staying at home with me too. But again, like, since he got a negative test initially, I'm still trying to like
Separate and see.
separate and stay
Yeah.
at least 6 feet apart from him and wear my mask whenever I'm around him and whatnot.
If he was gonna quarantine, you should have just gave it to him. Then he'd at least be solid for the next like 3 months.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. All right, just get it and fuck it. Say fuck it.
I'll just
like have a sleepover.
Guys, I've been coming over with it for like the last 2 episodes, and
This fucking guy.
We know you were in the bathroom last week for about 10 whole minutes.
I was wondering what the hell you were doing in there.
just licking everything.
Have you taken anything that might alleviate whatever you're going through in terms of medication? Anything that's helped kind of combat it the best that it can?
Vitamin D and vitamin C.
Vitamin Dick?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that from your roommate?
No, it's from your dad. So.
Damn.
Somebody's getting more presents this year for Chris.
But no, so like my mom when I told my mom, she was like, all right, first thing you have to do is get vitamin C and vitamin D and just like take those like they're going out of style.
Moms know about vitamin D.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
fucking dumb, bro.
So you. It's got my brain all fucked up.
Hey, it's whatever. So that's really that's the most of what I'm doing, honestly.
That's what I was curious. I've heard a lot about like vitamin D fighting it. I take 3 gummies every morning for vitamin D, and whether or not it has anything to do with, fighting my ability to get it, that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious because, we hear a lot of people going through it, and some people just do it, cold turkey and get it done with. But some people have had some success with some medicines. It's interesting to hear your comparisons.
Yeah, I don't know that I've noticed any change in my symptoms since I've been taking them, or if I've gotten over it faster or been getting through it faster or just the same. I can't, I don't know that I can really speak to that part of it too much. But
well, why not?
Huh?
So, but why not? Your professional medical opinion.
Yeah. In my professional medical opinion, I think we just should do it and get it done with. No, nobody wear a mask, go around coughing on everybody.
Just fucking do it.
Ryan, go ahead and press the button.
Works at Trump rallies.
The thoughts and comments of Jesse do not reflect the Made to Motivate podcast in any way.
We need to make a
I love that Carter watches the show because he just knew. Just hit the button.
We need to do one of those where we record it and then it's a brief pause and then I can just insert names.
Yeah.
We should.
No. So when you were saying how your roommate's employer told him to stay home, so story, not going to name who or employer, obviously, but I know someone who recently had a coworker of theirs test positive, and they were like work partners, so like they did all of their work together, and the person that tested positive, like nobody knew. The manager of the place or whatever didn't tell anybody. So they texted their work partner and told them they had it. And they reached out to their boss to find out, hey, like he tested positive. I'm going to quarantine or whatever. And the boss was just basically like, well, we can't really afford to shut down. So I'm going to let you decide if you want to come to work or not. Crazy. I'm like, what? How does that work?
I was thinking about that the other day, though. Like, Carter, if you wanted to leave, like you could just go.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna know.
I mean,
like, what does that process look like for you to be released? Like, are they just like, okay, go quarantine, and they hope you do it?
Yeah, I mean, the lady at the test center, when she gave me my test result back, she was like, so you need to quarantine 2 weeks from when your symptoms started or 10 days from the positive test. And she was just like, go on your way.
Best of
Like,
luck
yeah,
to you.
there wasn't.
But there was that story in like OU or somewhere where like those kids were partying and they all had it. And like, I think they put something on like I don't know if they like update something into like your license record or whatever that shows that you had tested positive or something. Because they had pulled them up in the system and they were like, you guys tested positive for COVID. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Seems like a HIPAA violation.
I don't know. I was contacted by the Fishers Health Department or the Hancock County Health Department via text, and they're like, please call us at this number for tracing, for contact tracing, whatnot. I don't know, or like I don't remember giving my phone number to anybody at the testing site. I may have written it down on the form that they gave me. I to be honest, I don't really remember.
They got it from your brain when they chipped you.
Yeah,
right.
I have the mark of the beast now.
That's
Damn
right.
But yeah, I mean, it was basically just the lady was like, quarantine for 10 days, call a doctor. She's like, if you need a doctor's note, call your doctor. Like, there's really no treatment for it, but
that's what's crazy to me.
Such an optimist.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, great, thanks. You're making me feel awesome, lady.
Hope you don't die.
Hope you don't die.
Good luck.
Well, yeah, like if I get it, like it's all super official and shit because I'm a teacher. So they mark it and like I have to be released and they have to contact me and trace and do all this other shit. But like if you don't have like a public service job.
Yeah, I mean,
it just kind of dawned on me like they don't give a shit. Like it's just like, all right, hope you do the right thing.
Yeah,
like no wonder our stuff hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah,
we're not allowed.
So at the gun store, I just texted my boss and I was like, hey, I'm getting tested. I'll let you know what the results were one way or the other.
You're fired.
And then, I had already given my 2 weeks. My last day was supposed to be the 12th. I'm not out of quarantine until the 14th. So when I got my positive, I texted him. I was like, hey, it was positive. I have to quarantine until the 13th. And he was just like, okay, like that was it.
Are you paid through both of your employers for it?
Not the gun store. The medical waste facility, they're paying me full wages for the time that I'm missing, which is super awesome. I think I'm the first one there in our location that has tested positive, so they didn't really have a policy for it. So I think my boss really stepped up for it and was like, hey, we need to pay him for the time he's missing.
So cool. Absolutely.
When did you start that job?
First week of November.
Carter's just in there, not wearing any gloves, moving all the COVID towels and stuff.
Dude, like, no, we get
they're just towels. I don't know why I need to wear gloves.
We get so many like COVID tests in there and everything. We get severed limbs, organs. Like,
what?
It's wild, dude.
Severed limbs?
Dude, I thought you were just moving like syringes.
No. The other day we got, I don't know if this is viewer friendly, so feel free to edit.
This is an adult rated show.
Okay. We got
severed penises.
No, we got severed dog heads.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Dog heads?
Yeah, they were pit bull mastiff.
What kind of hospital is this?
It was, so we get like anything and everything. They were from an animal hospital and they kept them to like test for rabies and do like rabies tests on and stuff. So like the dogs have been put down for one reason or another, or just died naturally for whatever reason. And then they just kept the heads and tested them.
So what does that look like when you're moving it? Like, it's not like a trash bag full of dog heads, right?
I mean,
like, is it in like a cool?
It's got
just
like
labeled dog head
going over his shoulder.
Everything
like
we
Santa
get
from
are
hell.
in like red totes with like these black little lids that like interlock with each other as you close them. And then inside of that, it's the red biohazard bags that have everything in it. So like the dog heads were like in a styrofoam box inside the bag, inside the tote. But like syringes obviously have to be in sharps containers. So like the sharps containers inside a biohazard bag, inside of those totes. But like we get like when you go and get tested, the gowns that they're wearing and everything, and like the mask and gloves, we get all that. So they bag that all up, we come pick it
Yeah.
up, and then so that's just loose in that biohazard bag, and we throw the whole bag into. We have this like industrial sized grinder that shreds it all, and then puts it into a dumpster, and we pump it full of ozone, and that ozone purifies it. So at that point, it's not medical waste anymore; it's just solid waste, and it gets taken off to a landfill.
Hold on a second.
Well, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Carter, side question. Have you had
Yeah.
the Arby's half-pound beef and cheddar?
Yes, I have.
And if so,
But not
was it
since
on
but
your
not
work
since starting
break?
that work. I haven't had it since starting this new job, so and now that you bring it up, I probably won't. So thanks for that, Chris.
wait a minute. So
Beef and cheddar.
this all goes into a grinder.
Hmm.
In case your employer ever watches this, of course you would have never opened anything that seemed interesting before it goes in the grinder. But has anybody else that you may or may not know the name of ever opened something? And if so, what is the craziest thing that person ever found in a medical waste bag?
Yeah, I mean, we one of my coworkers. This is really morbid, and I'm sorry. Found a fetus in a jar from a funeral home.
From a what?
Yeah,
Funeral
from
home.
a funeral home. So apparently she was really early on in her pregnancy, and so when they were doing like their preparing like embalming process, yeah. But like we should not have gotten that. Like that has to be processed an entirely different way. So my boss was real heated and called the funeral home and had some words with them.
Dude, what the fuck?
But yeah, we've gotten like severed legs, like yeah, it's wild. Legally,
How often do you get body parts? Like, is that a regular thing?
A couple times a month, probably.
That's more regular than I would think.
Because they're from like body donors. So like when you donate your
Dexter
body
Morgan
to
shit, man.
science or whatever, it like once it's done with that, we get it. So yeah, I the smells I've smelled in that place have really tested my strong stomach.
Dude, that is disgusting.
Bro, that's awful. Wait,
Yeah.
I got a question though. You were saying that you put that shit in the dumpster and then you pump ozone into it?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
So ozone is oxygen, and it has an extra oxygen molecule. So when it pumps it in, it's chemistry. So that extra
Chemistry,
oxygen
dumbass.
molecule will grab onto any impurities in the
Yeah.
bin and eat away at it, and so it breaks down the impurities and basically purifies everything that's in that dumpster.
Fuck.
And then it's once it sits in that ozone for X amount of time,
Yeah.
we have a truck that comes, picks up the bin, takes it to a landfill, and just dumps it.
So it's just like a gas?
You've never
Yeah.
heard of an ozone machine?
No. So the first time I heard about this ozone thing was when we were that Down to Earth with Zac Efron, and they do the water episode, and they say that they put the water in something and then they pump ozone into
Yeah,
it.
so
Yeah.
it's an old technology, and like we use it for so much, like for air, for water, for all these different things. So what the company I work for is doing is we're taking all this old technology and applying it in a new way to purify medical waste.
What if you like put one of those air masks on and just fucking smoke that shit?
Just
Would you
huff
get high
it?
as shit?
Probably. I'm not going to put that to test.
You
but,
can breathe
You
it.
should try it.
I
Let us
mean,
report back.
yeah, I will.
My dad has
I'll
ozone
let you guys know.
Let us know if it cures COVID.
Yeah.
You want me to bring the ozone machine in?
Your dad has an ozone machine?
Yes, bro. It's
Why do you
a
just have
cleaning company?
Why do you just have an ozone machine?
Because it like takes all the impurities and shit out of your air.
Bro, bring that over next time.
It smells kind of weird.
Do you have to like get a special
Yeah.
chemical?
No, it just operates.
It just like makes ozone?
I don't know how it works. I'm not
The
a
fuck,
fucking
man?
engineer.
Bites the
Yeah,
chips.
we
but
have
it
like
smells
a couple
like super crisp.
we have a couple of ozone
there.
generators in our building that just generates the ozone.
Yeah. Hey guys, next week on Made to Motivate, we're all gonna fucking smoke ozone. So make sure you tune in to watch that.
I'm definitely not out next
They're
week.
just gonna watch us breathe.
I'm not liable or responsible for anything happens next week.
Carter told us it was safe and that it would cure us from COVID,
Yeah.
so we're gonna give it a shot.
We're gonna have our bleach IVs, huffing ozone, and our hydrochloroquine.
And
We're good.
be sure to shine a really
Hydroxychloroquine.
bright flashlight down your throat too.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I'm bringing extra vitamin D
I'll
gum.
bring in
Black
that
light.
plant light from the fucking horticulture project.
Yeah. I'll put a black light on it and come in here. All right.
Jackson
So
Pollock painting.
we went. I don't even know what we're talking about now. So anyhow, Carter had COVID, guys.
As
Still does.
technically,
Still
yeah.
has it. When is your end date?
The 13th is my last day in quarantine. So my first
Oh,
day.
so you're
of-
only like a week in. at this
Yeah.
point.
6 days.
my first
Damn.
day of freedom is the 14th. So
Are you feeling like cabin fever? Like, do you feel like pent up at home?
yeah, dude. I am an extrovert, as much of an extrovert as you can get. And
Yeah.
so like being home alone all day is just like literally the most draining thing for me
bro.
I can do. Like
I couldn't do it.
It's
I think
awful.
that would be worse for me than the actual COVID. Would be stuck at home. Like, I'm a social person. I need to be out, like interacting with people. I'd have a mental breakdown.
Have
I
you
think.
You
ever
can probably get your deck done.
have you ever
Wow.
taken the Myers-Briggs test?
Oh my god.
Taking the what?
The Myers-Briggs test, the personality
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
So
The Myers-Briggs test.
the
I have the book.
ENFP, INTJ, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So my personality type is ENFP. And like when
Okay.
I took it, it gave you like a breakdown of what percentage of each personality type you are. And I was literally 100% extrovert.
Damn.
So like being stuck at home is the worst thing
Awful.
ever. I can't
Yeah, bro.
stand it.
I can't imagine that. That would be absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So, questions? Anything else about his experience or
I don't know. Like Jesse took my question, so
fucking Jesse? Yeah, I mean, my main things were just like what it's like going through it right now and kind of what your daily activities and stuff are like. But outside of that,
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be curious to kind of find out where you end up, like with Matt after the fact. You know, long standing or how long it. Or do you have any like? So he talked about having like motor skill issues and stuff. Have you noticed any of that or like memory? Nothing.
no, not that I've noticed.
Yeah.
that's just an idiot.
Wow. That is very possible.
I've been
Sorry,
able like I mean up until literally the 3rd, like I got off work on the 3rd and went got tested. So like up
Yeah.
until the 3rd, I was working and like doing things and on my feet and moving all day. So I haven't noticed anything like that. But sorry if I'm
Fucking-
boring you, Jesse, with
You're
your
fucking
yawning.
live.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't realize I switched to him. I just wanted to
I was
be an
gonna-
asshole. He's over there.
So like with your girlfriend and your roommate, would you say they're doing better right now as of this moment than you are? Like how's their healing process going?
Yeah, I mean, so both of them tested negative.
Okay,
So neither one of them have it
Positive
as
months
of
ago.
right now.
The roommate hasn't tested positive
Yeah.
at all.
gotcha.
So they're still both quarantining because they've been exposed to people me being positive. I mean,
You're basically on a vacation from your girlfriend. That's got to be nice.
well, no, I mean, I miss her. I
Lauren?
like spending time with her. So
Yeah.
I do have a question. You
Yeah.
said she's going to watch this, right?
yeah,
All right. I have a question for you too.
okay.
For who?
How many chuggas are there?
2.
No. Chugga chugga choo choo.
Yeah.
Chugga 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 choo. 6.
Jesus,
I'm giving
man.
6.
Chugga. Choo choo.
That's what I think I said
It's
initially
4.
was 8. Well, yeah, like
There's 8 chugs,
So-
but there's
4 sets.
8 chuggas, but 4 sets of
That's where I'm at too.
chuggas.
That's actually where I'm at as well.
Where this
If you're
is-
still right, Chris just goes right into it. He just says chugga chugga choo choo.
Well, my engine's not going to stall like yours.
So
Wow.
where this comes from is my girlfriend has a music degree. Her degree is in vocal performance and music education.
And trains aren't instruments.
But she says when you
Really?
break it down into a cadence, it is in 3/4, so it should be in sets of 3. So chugga 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 choo choo, or chugga chugga. So
That's right.
six would be correct, yes, because when you think
Chugga,
about a
chugga,
wheel and
chugga,
how it
chugga,
turns,
choo,
it feels in sets of 3.
choo. Interesting. So like just for like the rhythm of it. Chugga
Yeah.
chugga 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 choo.
And
choo.
Jesse
That
is
seems
just
like a
wrong.
lot. No, it
seems like a
sounds
lot.
better with 8.
It sounds like a lot.
See,
So-
I based mine. Pepperdine University did a study last month, and they were talking about people who argue over this kind of thing really have no life, but the second time the argument, like they really have no life.
I never said that I did. I hope I have COVID. I'll just be shooting people on Call of Duty. I ain't got shit to do. I'll get that kill death up. I've been meaning to put some more attachments on my MP5.
Last question for you, Carter, about
Yeah.
COVID. Does it suck?
Absolutely. Sucks
Okay, I didn't
ass.
know that.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Well, that's our COVID talk with Carter LLoyd.
I have one more question
Oh,
for
I-
Carter.
sorry,
regarding
I was
COVID.
wrong.
Sorry. Why didn't you just abracadabra it away?
Jesse, I hate you and we're not friends anymore. So
He's a magician.
Well, how come you didn't just pray it away?
I've been praying for sure.
It's just not working.
It's going away.
listening?
It's going away.
This is a much larger
Ryan's
theological
tomorrow.
discussion that I'm happy to have with you. But
Jesse, the guy that asked that question, still can't find the update button on his PS5.
What?
Oh my
I
God.
didn't understand that reference.
Remember you said that 2 weeks ago. You're like, I don't know where the update button is. I'm like, never
He
mind.
doesn't remember.
I don't
What do you
remember
mean?
anything.
You can't ever you cannot ever start a conversation with Jesse as, hey, do you remember when?
As soon as
The
you were
answer
like,
is no.
yeah, with the COVID and the memory, I was like, oh fuck.
Yes, he does have it. And he's spreading.
Yeah, I've had it for the long. I'm patient 0, guys.
Jesse ate the bat.
All
All right. So that's all for Let's Get Social. And we're going to continue with Carter though, because he is, like I mentioned earlier, he is a famed musician.
Not a musician, you dumbass. A magician.
Musician, same thing.
God.
so
One and the
okay.
same.
It's okay. I'm dyslexic too. So
But I've got the COVID.
I'm dead,
He
y'all.
said almost-
Somebody save me.
Jesus. All right. So, all right. Carter, you got to walk us through. I got to pull up your email really quick.
okay.
Carter, thanks for being our last guest ever.
We're going under. So, I'll only pull up Carter's bio really quick. Carter first started doing magic a long time ago, and he loves it, so he still does it. What's his magic trick? What do we got to do?
All right. So I thought it's always fun when you see a magician himself do the trick, right?
Yeah.
But being in Zoom and like me not there in the room with you, I thought it would be more interesting, like more fun if you guys were to do the magic, right?
Get rid of the
Ooh.
Joker
So-
cards.
Ryan, you have that deck of cards, yes?
That's me.
Perfect. I want you to take those. I want you to give those a good shuffle, mix them up, however you feel is necessary, so that they are thoroughly mixed.
Oh, I see what he did.
You fucker.
What did I do?
I don't know.
Chris is cheating over here. All right, so we got them shuffled.
Okay.
Anybody want to cut?
All right.
A thoroughly shuffled deck of really old, smelly MGA Grand cards.
Perfect.
Well, now what?
I want you to hold those in your hand face down. Okay.
Got it.
Chris, I want you to name any card in a deck of cards.
You want me to name it out loud?
Yes, out loud.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Okay. So, Ryan, you shuffled these, you mixed them. You're happy with that, right? You feel like they're nice and shuffled?
I feel like they are the most shuffled they've ever been.
Perfect. I want you to reach, grab that top card. Now, don't do anything with it yet. Just hold it still face down, and then you can.
Got it.
So just grab that top card off, and then set the rest of the deck down. Okay.
Should I have it facing towards me or down?
Just still down. I don't want you to look at it yet.
Okay.
Okay.
It's down.
Now, Chris, you said the Queen of Hearts. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, would it be amazing and incredible if you turned over that card?
And it was the Queen of Hearts?
Yeah. Would it be?
Probably shit
You
myself.
probably shit yourself. Okay. Turn over the card. What card is it? Oh, well, it's okay because you're not the magician. I am, so that's totally fine.
That's the joke.
So, actually, in that email, I want you to open up that email again for me.
Fuck.
I sent you in my magic bio. I talked about Houdini, right?
Yep.
So Houdini did this magic trick, to where he would have a deck of cards and he would do a lot of the same stuff you just did. You'd shuffle it and name a card and everything. Now, I will say one thing that a lot of people say that I do when I'm doing magic is when I'm doing a card trick for them, is they will say, "Oh, you saw the reflection of the card in my eyes or like in my glasses or what." Like that's such a stupid way of saying it. But now in that email, I sent you a hyperlink. There's a hyperlink
Yes.
to
Pictured here.
yeah. Go ahead and open that. And what you'll find in there is a picture of Houdini, and he is holding a card out like
Yes, he
this,
is.
right? Now a lot of people say you can see in like the reflection of my eyes. Houdini is looking at that card. So can you zoom in on those eyes for me?
That
Get the
motherfucker.
Fuck out of here.
What? Yeah, I see it.
What does it say?
Queen of Hearts.
No, it doesn't.
Swear to God.
Let me see it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Fucking right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bro, that's been sitting in our email for like 6 hours.
it's your card.
And it only came to me. It did not come to Chris. What the fuck? Wait, you picked Queen of Hearts?
Yeah.
You silly Sally. Bro, what the fuck?
I could see it off your head.
It's magic.
Hold on.
It's
Dude,
the
I'm
reflection of your
impressed.
forehead that did it.
Hold on, I gotta look at this.
Bro. Well played, sir.
Thank you.
Fucking
Here.
Houdini.
Well,
Went up to me.
Everybody picks the Queen of Hearts.
I don't know. I was like Ace of Spades or something.
Oh, you Motorhead fan.
Ace of Spades. Dude, that's wild.
you want to see here? We'll do
That's
one more
legit.
quick one for you guys.
Let's do it. We got time. I like magic.
So this time I have the deck of cards here. Well, we're gonna do one of my favorite things that I do when people ask me to do a magic trick, right? So
You pulled up?
It's legit.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? I like even went back. I'm closing and go back. Crazy.
so we're gonna use this card here, the Queen of Clubs.
Spade.
That's
Clubs.
a club. It's not a spade.
Idiot.
Come on, Chris or Ryan.
Well, at
You're
least
Ryan.
you're a musician.
I'm
So-
not the magician. I'm the musician.
Watch, we're gonna take the Queen of Clubs. We're gonna place it right here in the middle of the deck. Okay,
Got it.
fair.
Get her in there.
Watch. I'll show you. It is no longer on top. It's the 7 of Hearts. It's because I haven't
it.
done the magic move yet. You want to see what the magic move looks like?
Do it.
Looks just like that, right there.
Whoa. Get out of here, bro.
Hold on. Hold your head a little this way.
We're trying to watch in your eyes.
Can you see it? Dude.
So here, we'll try this again for you.
Jesse and you want to come over here and watch?
Yeah, we
him?
can't see. Hold on.
These two goobers are going to come over here and watch.
I'll make this one super visual for you. Okay, so watch.
During our COVID episode,
I'm gonna take the 5 of Spades. I'm gonna give it a bend, just like this. Okay, so you can see it. You can see the bend in that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bent.
Watch. You can place it right here in the middle, just like that. On the count of 3, you'll see it happen. 1, 2, 3.
Bullshit, bro. What the
I fucking love magic, man.
dude? That's so dope.
Just a long time practicing.
Wow.
One more
time. One more time.
I love magic.
With the card coming back to the top.
Yeah. Well, no, just like just do it with your hand.
This one, like that.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty smooth.
Hey.
Oh man. You're lucky my crack wouldn't show.
I was hoping for the best.
Oh,
Dude, that shit is legit, man.
Yeah, that's pretty smooth.
Thank you.
Wow.
I do a lot of other ones. I do a lot of stage stuff too, where I have one where I have a nail point up in a bag, and I have 3 brown paper bags, mix them all up, and come back and smash the 2 bags without the nail with my hand.
Oh yeah.
Has that ever gone wrong?
Huh?
Has that ever gone wrong?
I have this nifty scar on my finger right here. I don't know if you can see that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what that's
Right, the
from.
knuckle?
But no, it's never gone wrong. Because I'm a professional and I'm that good. Also, I'm
a professional musician, Jesse.
Magic.
I swallow sewing needles and thread,
What?
and then I pull the
I've
thread
seen
out
that
of my
one.
mouth and have the sewing needles threaded on it.
Bro.
Um,
The magicians. Wow. The magicians are my favorite on like America's Got Talent.
That's
Yeah.
a hard word to say, baby.
I love when they have the magicians on there. Do you ever watch the one dude that swallows the stuff and then he can cough it up in like order or whatever?
yeah, he's goes by the regurgitator.
Yeah, bro. You
if
seen
you've
that?
yeah, if you've actually so I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast with David Blaine on it. And have you ever seen the video where David Blaine like will cough up frogs and like fish or whatever?
Yeah.
That's actually who he learned that technique from, or one of the people that he worked with to develop that technique.
Dude, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Magic is cool, man. Very impressed.
Thanks, man.
Cool. Well, that's our made to motivate segment. Did I hit the button? I don't
You
think I hit the
sure
Yeah, on
didn't.
my ass.
I'm to go back.
You did not. You have to add it in.
Whoops. Yeah, Chris. That's nice. Did some squats. Chris been squatting it out in quarantine.
Magical.
6 miles every day at work.
Heyo. All right. What do you guys want to hit up? You want to do locker room talk or Hollywood report?
Does not matter to
Let's
me.
do Hollywood because the Steelers game is still going. Then maybe we can follow up and see what they've got going on.
Once they lose.
No. That's fucked up.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down! Two team assemble!
Christopher. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
This is your show.
Yes,
This is your
sir.
segment.
Yes,
This is your
sir.
fucking show.
Well, first of all, I would like to start this segment off with a little bit of bad news, depending on who you are. The big WB announcement this week. Warner Brothers has decided for 2021, their entire movie catalog of releases is going to be part HBO Go, or is it HBO Go?
Max.
HBO Max and part theater.
Bullshit.
So what you'll do is you'll get the choice to see, if you want to see, say, Suicide Squad in theaters, you can, but you can also see it at home on HBO. Guys, we've talked about this endlessly, but this seems to be like the biggest move yet in terms of for HBO and for streaming. A lot of people are reacting. Some would say overboard, that this is going to be the death of theaters for sure, the final nail in the coffin. Do you guys see it that way?
Yes.
Bro, yeah.
Like 100%.
Especially once I found out talking to you guys about it that it's free. It's included.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're gonna do the
For
Disney,
30 days.
the Disney Plus
Yeah.
metric or whatever. If you subscribe to HBO Max,
Yeah.
you still have to pay an extra fee to watch the feature film.
Mhm.
They're including that all.
Yeah.
That's whack, bro.
I think so Mulan was the first attempt
Trial run.
at this. So why Mulan failed is, first of all, $30. That price for any movie is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I guess it's one thing if you have a bunch of friends over and you guys pitch in a few bucks each, but then you're probably not going to have a very good chance of paying attention to the movie itself.
Right.
I forget if we answered it. I'm sure we have. But
Mhm.
when you did the Mulan one, did you own it or was it just a rental?
Did I? Are you asking?
No, like if you did it, like, so for that $30, did you own it or that was just a
$30?
rent?
You owned it.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
it was yours for life.
But now it's free on Disney Plus. So
Right, I just watched
like
it.
a couple months later.
Yeah.
So I think HBO, we're kind of smart enough to kind of, step back for a minute, let somebody else try out the ground first, see how the commentary is with everybody else. And Disney's a big enough studio that, 9 times out of 10, their fans will love anything that they produce regardless.
Yeah.
Right.
So, for that to be considered a failure, I think HBO made the right step here from their point of view. It might not be the best thing for theaters or for us, as we've commentated on this several times, but it's big. It's WB. It's one of the biggest studios that there is.
I feel like people love this for the most part.
The
Oh yeah,
reaction.
absolutely.
The first thing I thought of was that Star Wars when they were like, "So this is how it dies," with thunderous applause, and it's just like, "Fuck."
Great quote. Yeah. It's I have to say, from my friends, it's kind of the same thing. People have asked me my opinion on it, and it's one of those things where I hate to be that curmudgeon again.
Yeah.
But like, as somebody who loves the theater experience, who loves that, it's hard to justify this, and it's hard to appreciate this move. I'm okay when it comes to movies that, like, I don't have to see, I guess, in theaters. Like, I don't know, one doesn't really strike me right now when it comes to WB, but if there was like an independent film that they produced that, real low budget, all that, like, I don't have to see it, it's not a spectacle, I would be okay with seeing that on HBO.
Yeah.
But like,
So in this conglomerate or whatever partnership that they have, how is that going to work for HBO as far as, so is Warner Brothers, did HBO bid to take on that role? Like, because HBO is giving them out for free. So how are they recouping any income? Are they paying to have these movies on, or is WB paying them to utilize their platform to release?
I think WB does have to, yeah. So they have to pay for that platform, but I think at the same time, it's the subscriber count that HBO gets. That's all they're looking for. So if that number reaches a certain, whatever, a decimal and all that, they're going to get so much money. HBO is one of those companies, they know how to spend. They're in the green positively.
Oh yeah,
they are the number one pay for channel on cable. So
really?
Yeah. So basically they know what they're doing. As far as studios go, I don't know, man. It's they used to have to pay for a theater rental, as you've explained on this show a few times, but now with that out, they can afford to maybe lose some cash here and there, not a lot, but they can afford to take a kickback on some of that money that they would normally spend for marketing.
And I think there's a huge negotiating tactic going on with the theaters too, because theaters are struggling so badly right now. It's almost like, hey, we'll split the revenue, like we don't care, we'll pay you half as much to get a movie in here, or something like that. I don't know the details of what their deal looks like, but I would assume that they're strong arming the theaters a little bit.
Yeah, I would think there has to be some changes on all sides of this. I don't think we'll ever go back to the way it was ever again, even if theaters are okay after all this. I think, you might not have the spectacles on HBO in 2022 or 2023, but you'll have those like movies that, like Monster Hunter, nobody really cares about.
Well, and I think you could still get big movies too, but they would be the ones that would be like Antebellum that everybody wanted to see, but it's not something you have to see in a theater, or your best pictures and things like that. But like, I don't know, man, like there are movies, I don't know anything about Dune, never saw the original. I know it's supposed to be beautiful on the big screen,
Gorgeous,
but it doesn't seem like it's my type of movie outside of just the look of it. I would probably watch that on HBO, whereas that would have been a huge blockbuster that made a ton of money otherwise. I don't think it's going to affect like Wonder Woman. I don't think it's going to affect like Suicide Squad, because that's like what a casual viewer will go and see. But Dune wasn't going to destroy the box office because it's not a casual viewing. It's like a cult classic type of thing.
Yeah.
That movie's not going to do well because of that.
But I'd say you're a fairly avid moviegoer,
Sure,
movie fan. Under different circumstances or normal circumstances, would you have seen that in theater if you didn't have the option to do the immediately to platform?
I probably would have gone on opening night.
Dune,
with you
you're
guys.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Carter, you're as kind of the outsider. I don't know how much of a movie buff you are, but like, what is your take on the whole direct to like on demand versus the theater? Are you a fan of, or?
I mean, I've always loved going to the theater. I've always loved like the ambiance and just the whole process of it, I guess, for lack of a better term. My thought was that I was going to ask Chris was, do you think that with so the whole thing with the Snyder Cut going straight to HBO, do you think Warner Brothers saw the reaction from the fans and that kind of played into their decision making with making it go straight to HBO Max? Or
Oh, totally. Yeah. I think, the thing with the Snyder Cut is it's perfect. It's gift wrapped for something like an HBO, like you obviously wouldn't take that back to theaters again, just to show whatever 45 or an hour of additional footage. Just show it on, pay TV, and, you'll get your fans will pay to see it because that's the cut they've wanted to see all along. But yeah, playing into your question. Yeah, I think, that arrival, or that disbursement, I should say, on HBO kind of opened up the floodgates, and they said, well, if we can get away with it once, how many times can we get away with it? And obviously people are going to pay for a new movie. I mean, this is just an old movie boxed with an hour of new footage. What will they do with a new movie?
I think it's 2 hours.
Is it 2 hours?
But even so, I get
you see
your
my
point stands.
Yeah, it's not out. It hasn't come out yet, though, right?
No, right now they're estimating the first quarter of 2021.
I was like, did I fucking miss this?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. So now you factor in like movies like The Matrix 4, or you factor in like Suicide Squad, big releases that are going to come out next year for Warner Brothers, and you go, well, they're definitely going to pay for that. These are movies they've never seen. So yeah, the curiosity, it's an easy call on their end. And that's a great question.
Yeah, that was a really good question. Okay, so we obviously are, I mean, we've all been pretty much in agreement for the most part on all this anyways. It sucks. I think this is one more nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
It being free is a huge setback for theaters. I think if there was still somewhat a charge, even if it was less than the 30 for like a Mulan, maybe $10 or something, it would be less impactful. But that's crazy. I mean, I have HBO Max. I'll definitely watch these movies, probably a second viewing or something, or
let me get that login.
Yeah, sure. It'd be $5.
But I think that's the lure, though. It has to be free, because if it was $30, you probably wouldn't get as many people who go like, well, 30 a picture.
Yeah.
So it has to have that, at least for right now, at least for the first year. They have to go, yep, it's free, and we'll pay for it. We'll take out a loan, or we'll do whatever we got to do to pay for it. But like, if it's successful, years from now, it might be $10. It might be 15. It might be 20.
I'm curious to see what their stock looked like when that got announced compared to like theater stock dropping. I'm wondering if HBO's boosted. I need to pull it up and look.
Other news this week for video game fans, Oscar Isaac was cast as Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid movie coming out. I know Jesse's psyched about this. He is the video game expert. I know Ryan is too. So I'll let you guys kind of commentate on this one.
I had no idea that this was happening. I'd not heard anything of this. I never saw a rumor of this. Like when you sent that, I was just like, holy shit. One, I think that's a damn near perfect casting.
Really?
I think that you could get maybe 2 other people, because I've thought about this before. I can't think of who I was envisioning then, but that's just like, he'll look the part.
Visual likeness would be similar.
For sure. And he's a great actor on top of that. I don't want to get my hopes up, because like we said earlier, like they got Michael Fassbender to play for Assassin's Creed, and that movie was fucking awful.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying not to get my hopes up about Uncharted with Tom Holland, because same scenario.
Right.
But you can make a Metal Gear movie. I mean, that's basically just like
It's like an action.
It's like an action spy movie, you know? It's Mission Impossible with a cool looking dude. Like, make it happen. Do it right. Make it be the first successful video game movie of all time.
So
sure. I'm a big. Oh, go ahead, Carter.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know. Video game movies have never really hit well for me personally, because I feel like video games are built in a way, and the stories are built in a way to immerse you into the decision making process, and I feel like when you take that and try and transform like the storyline from the video games into a movie, where it takes the viewer out of the decision making process and just into a viewer, I feel like that's where the disconnect happens for me, and where
that's a great way to put it.
Where it's just not the same, because I feel like if it were to I don't know if you guys ever watched and on Netflix the Bear Grylls thing, or the Black Mirror one where you got to choose your own adventure.
Bandersnatch.
Yeah, that was good.
I know that ultimately there's really no way to do this for like in a movie or theatrical release, but if they continue to go straight to home video, I guess my thought is like, if you're going to insert the viewer as part of decision-making process in the movie, then at what point does it stop becoming a video game and start being a movie, or stop being a movie and becoming a video game?
Yeah.
And that's just kind of like why video game movies have never really hit well for me, or I've never really watched a video game movie that I've truly enjoyed or loved, you know?
That's one thing that I thought about, because that Bandersnatch was really, really successful.
Yeah.
And that company never went on to do anything else. Like, that was what, 2 years ago now?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
been a while.
longer. And they never followed up with that. I liked that a lot. I watched that for like 3.5 hours, just
Yeah.
messing around with it.
Yeah.
What are some of the main or like bigger video game movies?
Oh God, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Sonic the Hedgehog was recently this year.
That one was supposed to be good. I didn't see that.
I haven't seen it.
It was okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Resident Evil movies.
Okay.
Resident Evil's a big one.
Tomb Raider.
Super Mario Brothers was one.
A great movie.
Tomb Raider has movies.
Tomb Raiders.
Ooh, Tomb Raider was good.
No, it wasn't.
Man, Angelina Jolie was sexy as fuck.
Yeah, but
Nobody's
the movie's
debating
fucking
that.
terrible.
Mortal Kombat. You guys seen
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, the movie.
No.
I think so honestly, if I was to rank the video game movies, the first Mortal Kombat is probably the best video game
Legit.
movie of all time.
Yeah,
And I'm not even saying it's a great movie. I'm just saying like it is the best one.
I feel that.
Yeah, but that's still not saying much.
No,
though. Like
no.
They're not great.
you could make a great movie though with some of these. Like if you just took like comic book movies. Comic book movies don't follow the comics anymore.
Mhm.
They take the best source material and turn it into something great. You could easily do that with something now, to the point with like a Zelda game. You could easily create your brand new story in a Zelda game and make it amazing.
Yeah.
You could do that for, I mean,
I've been-
there are so many amazing franchises. You could
Yeah.
you could create your own thing.
I've been asking for Zelda and Mega Man for decades.
Yes, Mega Man would be a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would do it. Probably a kids movie, but it'd be great.
Oh yeah.
So what's the
Like Ghost
number
Rider.
one video game that you'd like to see as a movie?
Uncharted, and it's being made.
Okay, outside of one that's already made or being made, what's like one adaptation you'd love to see on the big screen?
Oh, see, so movie.
Video game turned movie.
See, I don't want Zelda to be a movie. I want Zelda to be a series on like Netflix.
Okay, that's fine.
or
Something turned
like
show
show
That'd
or
be good.
movie.
Yeah, like top-notch series, because you can't do that in a movie, man. No way.
Zelda's too long and in depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're doing TV shows also, I'll say this. A movie, I think you could do Halo as a trilogy and it would be
Always wanted
amazing.
Halo, bro.
As a show, I would love to see Tekken, where they really flesh out
Oh,
each of the fighters'
wow.
lives and do the whole like Kazama like family background
Yeah.
and mesh that all into like that could be a 7-season
Season,
thing, because it
yeah.
already has this. That one has a story already done that you just have to add a little bit of depth to.
That just reminded me of another
Street
one is Street
Fighter.
Fighter.
Great minds.
Street Fighter,
Yeah,
bro.
Street Fighter would be good too.
Of course.
They did it with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Remember
yeah.
Street
Yeah,
Fighter?
yeah.
Dude, I
Not
forgot. I
good.
forgot all about that one. It's not great.
You
but-
killed my father. You burned my village. Well, for me, it was just Tuesday.
I love it. All right, Carter, is there a favorite? Do you do video games?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten more into them recently. Within like the
COVID will
last
do that
year.
to you.
Yeah. Within the last year, I got a gaming PC.
Nice.
So, I mean, outside of the ones that you guys have already named, the ones that I think has Samus already been like a series?
Oh,
or something?
Metroid?
Yeah, Metroid. Yeah.
I've never done a movie, right?
Oh,
That would be
Yeah.
a good
Great.
one too.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I'd like to see that.
But like outside of something like that, I don't know that of any that you guys
What about a
did already.
Super Smash Brothers movie?
Oh, I'd be down.
How could you make that happen? But that'd be so fun.
I think you'd have a better chance now than you did back
You,
then.
Yeah.
you could do a Super Smash like
Movie,
universe like Marvel does, like a
Yes.
Nintendo cinematic universe,
That'd
and then
be
they
awesome.
all end in Super Smash for like that 10-year.
That'd be so dope.
I think Carter those on with the Metroid. You could like have her be like, so it could be like a big feminist kind of empowering movie. Like, and that's what it is. It's a
Yeah.
female character. Samus is a female character. I'm just saying, if you do it right. So like the whole movie, they think she's a guy and all that. And like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that guy can kick ass and all that. Pulls off her helmet at the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
And it's like, the whole
So you're gonna
Mulan thing.
rewrite Mulan.
That's like
Yeah.
one of the best Nintendo games that you could actually turn rated R too. Like
Yeah.
that could be a
Yes.
horror / action movie. Nobody would ever do that,
Mm-mm.
but you definitely could.
Yeah, totally.
absolutely.
That was a great pick.
Thank you.
Okay, Christopher. What else we got going on?
Well, beyond that, I mean, I was actually going to turn the floor over to you.
I like the floor.
And talk about a couple of things that you recently checked out. The first is the Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit. Anybody, you watched
Watched
it,
it
Jesse?
all.
Chris hasn't watched
I have
it.
not seen
Carter,
it.
have you seen Queen's Gambit?
Haven't, no.
So Queen's Gambit is about Beth Harmon. She's an orphan. We won't do any super spoilers or anything.
Is she from the South Harmon Institute of Technology?
She is.
Okay.
That's what actually was named after her. So she's an orphan girl, and then she like takes on chess to kind of help
She's like a
her,
math whiz.
yeah, manipulate
naturally.
through life and stuff. So, but it's one of those shows that I was like, all right, I have absolutely no interest in this. Like I play chess, I enjoy it, but I'm not going to watch a Netflix series about chess. And I turned it on as like a background thing. I'm gonna check what.
I'm just watching this game. Sorry.
Oh, fuck you,
dude. You are.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna watch a show dedicated to chess. So I turned it on while I was just working, and then like 5-10 minutes into it, I'm like, shit, I got to stop what I'm doing and like watch it. I got hooked in.
Mhm.
I watched it's 7 1-hour episodes.
Yeah.
I like that.
I started it at 10 p.m. and I watched it until 2:30 in the morning. Had to work the next freaking day. Was exhausted, but I could not turn it off. I left like 10 minutes left of episode 6, and then I just had to finish up with episode 7 and be done with it.
What would you say lures you into it, like as far as keeps you there for 7 hours?
I think it was, for me, it was like just finding out about her story and like where chess took her, like because it's so much more than just about chess. There's like a lot of in-depth, they spent a lot of time about her character building, and that I really enjoyed. How about you, Jesse?
The characters are great.
Yeah.
There was some stuff too, like with the people that are in her life. Like I was trying to figure out, like, an adoptive mother comes into play, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I like this chick, if she's, manipulating,
Seemed
or
that
if
way.
she's legitimate, like whatever. She's got a bunch of people that are friends and rivals, and she's just really good too. Like in and of itself, she's a great actress, and the person that plays the child version of her was really good too.
Dope.
Is she ruthless as a chess player, or is she one of those that's just reserved and just goes, it's a friendly game, and
she lacks confidence. So I think she lacks confidence. So she's not like a cutthroat or anything. I think she
always knows that she's good.
Yeah.
But she's not like flaunting it. She does do some things, like she does like some things that are like intimidating. Like she'll just stare at you after a move.
I like this.
But like,
she does this thing where she's just like this, and I don't know, there's something sexy about it, and also like it's kind of like a fuck you. Like I just did a really good move, and then she just does this stare. And I was like, okay.
But other than that, she's not like, make your move, bitch. Like it's nothing like that.
And that's a hard line to toe as a protagonist, especially in a game as strategic as chess, because you have to show that she's good, that she's more than capable, but you also have to kind of hold back on her abilities, sort of say, you can't make her too confident or cocky, because then she'll come off as arrogant to the audience.
Well, and the thing that I like about it the most is she's not just like a savant that's amazing. Like she first starts learning from a janitor, this isn't a huge spoiler. This is basically the setup of the entire story.
You find out like immediately. So.
Yeah. So she learns from her janitor at this orphanage that she's growing up in, and he like creams her like 4 or 5 times before she actually starts picking up on the things that he's doing. And he just teaches her one little strategy at a time. But once she learns it, she obsesses over it until it's perfect. Like she works hard. This isn't like Rain Man counting toothpicks and she's just naturally like unstoppable.
Gifted.
Like she's got to learn how to do all this stuff.
Can the audience pick up on that from her perspective in terms of how those strategies are built?
That was one thing that I didn't really like about the show.
And that's my question. Yeah.
Because I caught myself, I was pausing it multiple times to see, because sometimes shows will be like, oh, checkmate, and it's not, or like they just set the board up really quick.
Right.
But they had to have gone through some really intense like memory training for this, because you'll watch 7 or 8 moves transpire on the board.
No cuts.
No cuts.
No, bro. I mean,
it's legitimate.
One-handed, move a piece, picking up a piece, like very quick repetition, and like it's very impressive to watch.
I would find myself rewinding, checking it to make sure, like, hey, did they actually do all of the right things in order? Like, was this the right strategy? Did they do the right thing here? Was this really? And I'm guessing what they did is they probably went back to famous matches and replayed them for the show.
Sure.
Because the chess is way more advanced than anything that I can do, and I'm a pretty good chess player. But like, it's really impressive. It's just that was the one thing I wish they would have done, was kind of show the strategy.
Yeah.
You don't really learn anything about chess yourself.
No.
By watching this show.
And I thought it was going to be a show about chess.
Yeah.
It's
you
not.
you will not be a better chess player after watching it, but you
Is
might
this
be
based
more
on like a
interested
true
in
story.
buying
Or...
it.
It's just made up. It's not.
It's a book
right?
that was written, I believe, 35 years ago or so, is what I heard. I didn't look into it to know if that's actually true or not, but I know it's an older book. I saw this funny thing. I don't know if it was in the chat, if it was our chat or another one, but I saw this meme that was talking about like the Netflix effect.
I was just pulling it up to read it.
Yeah, so pull that up because it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So so Jesse was saying, you're not going to get better about chess. Like you won't learn how to play chess from this, but it apparently spiked interest in the game of chess. I've always been like, I was always a fan of chess, and I haven't played in forever. And then watching that show was like reinvigorating. Like I was like, I'll pick this back up. Like I'd like to play again.
Yeah.
But so let me find this really quick and I'll read through some of the stuff. So they called it the Netflix effect. And then basically once that show went on the air, things that kind of fell in place because of it. How far back was that?
It's been a while.
Damn.
Click a photo and then scroll left.
Click the what?
Click like on a photo and then scroll left and siphon through your photos.
In Messenger?
Yeah.
What are you laughing at over there?
You're losing by 3 points.
No, he just got picked off.
I just saw it. I thought you guys wanted them to win.
Fuck you guys.
Oh my God. You guys are
Hurry up with this chess talk so we can go to sports.
Keep talking. You guys can talk.
We got 2 minutes.
Here it is. I just found it.
See, I thought it was based on a true story.
So October 23rd, 2020, Queen's Gambit debuts on Netflix. To date, 62 million households have watched the show. Inquiries for chess sets are up 250% on eBay.
Wow.
Google search queries for how to play chess has hit an all-time high in 9 years. The original novel, The Queen's Gambit, is now a New York Times bestseller 37 years after its release.
Wow.
And the number of new players on chess.com, it has increased 5 times.
Wow. So what decade does this story take place in?
60s, 50s,
Yeah,
60s.
it's definitely because it's
I think
around
it's 50s, 60s.
It takes place around, they're talking about like the Soviet and like Russia, US.
That can be as late as the
issues.
80s, though.
So yeah, but it's definitely before that.
Okay.
I would say 50, 60 seems probably pretty accurate based on decor and apparel and stuff like that.
I was curious because I always love that about a timely production. I like it when you can kind of trace things out about it, trace aspects out about the production to kind of place what decade it's in, but it doesn't feel, like basically porn sometimes like Stranger Things does, Oh, there's a Pepsi can, or oh, there's that.
Yeah. No, there's not a lot of that in this. I mean, there's like the set design stuff is obviously really good, but it's not like let's all go to the movie, like shit like that.
But Stranger Things was like 1984, like that was their thing, so they really made sure that they put in the time to like make that apparent. This has nothing to like, the show isn't really based around any sort of time frame. They don't
It's not
focus
important.
on that, other than, I mean, basically like some of our opponents that are from different countries and stuff. And so that's where you kind of find out timeline wise, but it's not super relevant to the movie in itself, or to the show rather. So
I'll have to let you know when I check it out.
you should definitely watch it. It was really good.
Also, Ryan had some thoughts on some live action Disney remake properties this week.
Yes.
Wanna
So I checked out Mulan, which I have never seen. So let me preface, I've never seen the original.
Great movie. My second favorite.
Which I found interesting. You said that was your second favorite Disney animated movie, and your review for the live action was not phenomenal.
It's 5 out of 10.
Jesse liked it, or did you see it?
I have not seen either one of those.
Okay, so I checked it out just as along my line of movies I've just been purging lately because I was bored. I was a fan. I don't have anything to preface it on or to base it on off of like the previous movie or version of it. I was surprised by the amount of hate that it got. It kept me entertained the whole time. Your points in your review, I find very valid. I was still surprised even with those points that you gave it a 5 out of 10. But
what do you think I was going to give it?
I was expecting more around a 6.5, maybe a 7, based on the cons of what you put for the cons of it. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, and I'm not a big fan of Disney going live action. Like I don't really love when they do that. But I enjoyed it. So I checked that out. I was a fan. I watched Dumbo super randomly.
And that movie gets more hate than than
Does it
Mulan
really?
does.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dumbo was dope.
I enjoyed
was-
Dumbo enough to, like, I think I gave it a 6 out of 10
Okay.
when I
That's
watched it.
fair. Have you seen that either? No. Carter, have you seen either Mulan or Dumbo?
I haven't seen either one. No.
Dumbo was never like Mulan. I never saw.
Mhm.
Dumbo, the original, I'm sure
Oh
I've
my-
probably seen or read the book or whatever.
Dude,
never like a
The
huge
original
fan.
Dumbo's trippy.
There's some dark
Yeah.
shit in the original
Yeah.
Dumbo. Yeah.
This one is dope.
It's
And
wild.
They get that baby elephant drunk.
do
Yeah.
that. Oh, they tried in this one. Yeah, they
Out of
tried
them.
in the remake or the live action.
Yeah.
Interesting cast too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Keaton,
Tandy
the fucking
Newton.
Batman. You got Colin Farrell. There was some interesting characters. Who's the real short guy?
Oh, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, the Penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah, Penguin and Batman
Yeah.
in this.
Directed by Tim Burton, who was the director of Batman.
Yeah. I was a big fan. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought it was very colorful, especially for being portraying such a dark world. The colors were vibrant on it. The production was beautiful. The CG I thought was really good for for Dumbo himself. Like the biggest con I had for the movie honestly was the kid actors.
Yeah.
They just took me out of it every time. But other than that, like that movie got a lot of hate. And as to where I can understand the Mulan hatred, because there's a lot with Mulan as far as off camera goes. So like as far as policies go in Asia right now, Mulan had a lot to do with shifting things a negative way.
Oh,
You
really?
should look that up. Yeah. But Dumbo, I don't really understand the hatred as much, especially since it's nowhere near the worst as far as Disney live action remakes go.
Well, I don't think that Dumbo's as beloved as Mulan is either. Like,
Oh,
I think for an older crowd, yes, but like anybody that's like 30 or younger, you can grow up watching Dumbo.
No, I agree. I agree with
So-
that. But Ryan's just watching his game right now.
Moment of silence as the Steelers' perfect season comes to an end.
Last thing we're going to talk about, Ryan, if I can borrow you for a second. Ryan watched some, shall we say, interesting Christmas movies.
Might shed a tear live on air. I did. So,
Please do. I'll drink it.
wow, that's kind of awkward. Not a tear based on the Christmas movies, but
She'd
based on the
lick it off his
Steelers.
face.
Fucking season coming to an end.
Carter will ship it to you.
This is awful.
You guys have been playing
Beautiful.
questionable ball for
Get outta here.
weeks
We'll get to
already.
sports. So, anyways, I've been on a just random movie purge. Dumbo, Mulan, bunch of
Yeah.
other shit. So, for some reason, I've been watching like the corniest of corny Christmas movies. Any Christmas movie that I could pretty much have never seen, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch it. Mainly because I was looking for that animated Illuminations Grinch, and for some reason,
Yeah.
Netflix takes it off air 3 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah,
like
that's
a bunch
pretty
of idiots.
stupid.
But so I watched. I get a lot of hate for these. I watched Holiday.
Now, what is Holiday?
Holiday. I can't think of the actress and actor's name, but it's a girl young woman, whatever, who is notoriously single.
Uh-huh.
Her relationships don't go well, and her family is consistently giving her shit for coming to holidays alone. They think that she needs to get in a typical like girly love story or whatever.
You love them.
So it wasn't bad.
Emma Roberts and Luke Bracey.
There you go. So
Oh, gross.
they agree to say gross.
Yeah.
She's not bad looking.
No, she's not, but it's just like I'm not gonna watch one of her movies.
They agree to be holidates, which means there's no commitment in a relationship. They will just go to holidays together.
Yeah.
So that way they're not alone and you're good. They're not alone on the holiday and it doesn't feel awkward.
Mhm.
So they do that and whatever. It starts off with Christmas. That's why it's a Christmas movie. Watch Noelle mainly because of Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick is an elf. She's Santa Claus's daughter.
I love me
And-
some Anna Kendrick.
yeah, she's cute. So that one was decent.
Mhm.
Last Christmas was with my beloved mother of dragons,
Emilia Clarke.
Amelia Clark. She's so attractive. That one, whatever. It's a Christmas movie.
What I love about when she sings like this every time. And she looks at the camera and flashes her pearly whites, and you immediately fall in love with her character.
Dude, she's so cute, man. I don't know. I love that girl. Hate
Oh,
her.
man.
Kristen's hating on her.
No, I just
That is her in that movie, though.
Yeah.
I watched Bad Moms Christmas.
I remember. So I can barely remember this. I reviewed it like 3
Did you
years
watch
ago.
it? Is that
What?
old?
Yeah.
Why is this the shit that you're watching? There's classic Christmas movies you could watch. There's tons of them.
I literally went down this real weird rabbit hole where I watched just all of these fucking weird Christmas movies. I don't know why. There was no rhyme or reason to it. They were all in like a just like a category.
Was this like a day?
No, it was like probably over the course of 2 days or so. It was over this weekend.
And what did you think of Bad Moms Christmas?
I mean, it was great. That one I didn't watch as closely as the other ones. Like it was on in the background, but I watched it. I like what's her name?
Mila Kunis?
Yeah, Mila Kunis. Yeah, me too.
I call that movie mom porn.
Yeah,
she's not aging very well though.
No, she is not. Last one I watched was Let It Snow. I watched that last night. That was a real that was like not a teeny bopper movie, but it was a. They all had the same storyline. They basically were all
the same shit.
movie. So
oh my god, it's got Isabella Merced's in that movie.
Yeah,
well, I might check that out.
So anyhow, I went down. I watched all these real interestingly lame Christmas movies, and they weren't bad.
Good.
They were worth the watch. I was looking for that damn freaking Grinch, and I couldn't find it. So whatever.
Favorite Christmas movie before we ship off to sports?
Die Hard.
I am chomping at the bit.
Playing currently at Kent Theaters.
Is it really?
Ooh, that's a good one to see.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse's over here freaking shit in the bed. So I guess we should get into anything else from Hollywood Report. Is that it?
No, that's it.
Oscars. Okay. Well, let's get into locker room talk.
Swung and lined to deep left field. It is
Gone! Just like their winning record.
45-40. Run, William, run. 20, 15.
Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
LeBron James with the.
This is locker room.
Ryan, would you like to kick us off?
No.
You have the hat.
Got nothing to say.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are undefeated no more. Beat by the team with no name. That's all I need to say.
I'm just going to say this. The Giants beat the Seahawks. The Red Washington beat Pittsburgh. Go ahead and laugh with your NFC East jokes because both of those teams lost because of us.
With a chance to win it, Ben Roethlisberger drives down the field, and what does he do, Chris?
Picked off.
Throws an interception. Baker Mayfield would never.
Please, the king of turnovers.
The
Get the
king?
fuck out of here.
Let's talk about the differences of these teams.
Oh my God! Do you really
What
want to
happens-
compare Baker
what
Mayfield
happens-
to Big Ben,
Who's-
6-ring Roethlisberger?
He doesn't have 6 rings.
How many has Baker got?
He's got 2 rings.
Whatever. He's got.
Baker's
plenty
got
Super
only
Bowls.
3 years, baby. He's broke the rookie
Bro,
record.
you
He's leading a team
cannot.
to a fantastic record, and he is going to defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 17. Oh, baby, I'm excited. Baker, on the other hand, he goes down. What did he do in the first quarter? Does anybody know? First half of the game?
He threw 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns in the first half of the game.
I will give Baker credit. He played. The Browns in general played
That's
very well.
Twice as many as Ben threw tonight
They played
against
very well.
the team with no name.
Ben is also injured. He wasn't even supposed to play, and he came back.
He's Big Ben. He's played with an injury his entire career.
You can't talk Ben up and talk him down in the same conversation. So
I'm talking about his reputation. I'm talking about right now.
he was injured.
I'm going to say one thing positive for you. A loss right now is great for them.
I agree with that.
You're not going to see it for a while, but a loss right now is great for them because 1, it gets them hungry again.
Yeah.
2, if you go into the playoffs 16-0, you are ripe for the picking.
Yeah.
I mean, like every team is out to ruin your streak.
I'm more sad because obviously I wanted the undefeated season. I had no hopes of it. When we talked about this episode 1 or whatever of this season, we talked sports. Like I think I had them as 10-6 or 9-7.
I was 8-8.
I had no hopes that they would have played this well.
I think we all said the Ravens would win the division.
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
So like I didn't expect it, but it's still disheartening to get this far into the season undefeated and then fucking lose to Washington. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks.
You guys have a very difficult stretch of schedule coming up.
So do you guys.
we do. We
Yeah,
do.
we
no,
both-
no, we don't.
You've got a pretty hard end of
You
season.
got 2 tough games.
We have 2 tough games.
Yeah.
We beat Tennessee, which was the
Biggest
game
win.
I was most worried about other than
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Baltimore does not look good. I think that we beat Baltimore next week, especially after the way we just beat Tennessee. Then we've got New York twice, Giants and Jets. That should be 2 wins. And then it comes down to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Here's my thing.
How bad would you feel if the Jets' first victory was against Cleveland?
We're making the playoffs at that point, and I would be really, really salty, but I would take a Jets loss to beat the Steelers in Week 17.
Oh yeah, of course
I
you
would take that in a heartbeat.
Of course you would.
My only thing I take away from this is we've lost at this point. We know we're playoff bound. We're going to the playoffs
Sure.
regardless.
You've
We've
clinched it.
lost. They can kind of not sit back and relax, but have Ben be less stressed. Let the players rest a little bit, not be so concerned about going undefeated now. Like, win next couple games. If they win 2 or 3 of them, great, whatever. They don't have to have that stress on their back of like, we have to go undefeated. Like, it's done and over with at this point. Cry about it, chalk it up.
The biggest thing now, though, is you are now in danger of that first round bye being gone.
Yeah.
Chiefs are tied with you, I believe, now.
Yeah. 11-1.
You guys have the Bills next week, which they have not been playing really good ball lately, but they're still dangerous.
Bills was one of the teams I was concerned about in our last games.
Yep.
It was Bills and Browns.
I thought you would beat Washington, lose to the Bills. So that will probably flip-flop. I don't see you guys losing 2 in a row. Then you've got the Bengals. That should be a surefire win no matter what, unless some crazy thing happens.
Yeah, Washington was a surefire win.
That's true. But Washington at least has a respectable defense. The Bengals have nothing now that Burrow's hurt. So
see, here's the thing. We were podcasting, so I didn't watch the game in depth. It didn't start off great.
No.
But then we started to play well, and I'm like, all right, we've got this. I don't know what the fuck happened for Washington to come back.
It was the Steelers kind of game too. Like, it's those real close games that they always seem to eke out. And it's like, they're close, but they never worry about dropping the ball, because Ben will always pick up the play, or, something will happen that'll work in their favor. They'll win by 6.
No excuses.
There
was something going on with him.
stands.
Like, he wasn't supposed to play. He was out. He was on the not injured list, but they had him listed as potentially not playing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering
He had a
what was
leg
going
injury.
on.
He was a little hobbled out there.
Yeah.
We watched the 4th down stop on the goal line. That's huge.
Awful.
And then they just had another 4th down stand, I believe, in the 4th quarter. I was getting text messages about it, so I'm not 100% sure because, like you said, we're not watching. But regardless, after the Bengals, you have the Colts, who are playing very good ball. And then you finish the season with the Browns, who, this is not hyperbole, the Browns are probably the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Yeah. After the way they played this weekend, they're going to be coming up energized and hot. Like, they have a very good chance of playing very well in the last remaining weeks of their season.
And the thing is I think it's perfect timing, because now you just beat a team that people didn't believe you could beat. You did it in convincing fashion. The game was not anywhere close to what that score said at the end. I mean, they controlled the entire time.
Yeah.
Held Derrick Henry to 60 yards.
Yeah, insane. And I had him in fantasy, and I'm still probably going to get my first round bye, but we'll get to that.
You wanted them to hold him to 90 last week.
I wanted them to hold him to 90. My buddy wanted them to hold him to 120. So, I mean, that's just crazy. That is the leading rusher in the NFL. And I really thought that Nick Chubb was going to come out and have his revenge game for losing his rushing title last year. But I don't know if that's just coaching or if that's just how the game started and they continued to go with. But like,
Baker was hot and they never went to the run, really.
Right. And I don't know if that was planned. Like, hey, they're going to expect for us to have a running game against Henry. Let's go out there and just light them up.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing to me is our defense played incredible in the first half.
Yeah, I agree.
And they did that without Denzel Ward or Ronnie Harrison, our 2 best defensive backs. And AJ Brown didn't do anything crazy against us. Like, he had that one beautiful catch for like 35 yards. Other than that, nothing. Corey Davis got a couple dink and dunks and stuff throughout the game, but like, we were ready to, let them take the underneath stuff and kill the clock that entire game. It was crazy.
And Miles put the pressure on their quarterback escapes me.
Ryan
right now.
Tannehill.
Tannehill, yeah. Put the pressure on him, kept it on him where they went up 17-0. And that's huge to start that way.
He was getting laid out.
Yeah.
Miles was laying into him. The whole team was laying into him. That dude was
and there was
rough.
a hold. He had the 1 sack, but he should have had another one. If you go back, he posted on his Twitter actually after the game, and I was so happy that other people were acknowledging it because I was screaming at my TV. But he beats his guy, and he's literally reaching out for Tannehill, and the guy grabs him by the shoulders and pulls him back, and there was no holding call. So he wants that lead back on TJ Watt for sacks and stuff and defensive player of the year, because that COVID, cost him his lead for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. Carter, who do you watch? Do you watch the old foosball?
Honestly, I'm not a huge sports person. I mean, I know enough about it to keep in conversation with it. But when I watched football more through like high school and whatnot, I was always a Colts guy. But I mean, I mostly was that because I'm from Indiana. That was
right.
The most of what I root for.
Understand.
Yeah, I'm not a huge sports guy. I don't know all the stats for everybody like Jesse does, but
dude, these between the two of them, I don't know
Jesse's a stat whore.
Yeah,
I am. I love my stats.
I'm more of a musical theater guy myself, so that's my niche.
What's your favorite musical?
Newsies. for sure.
Newsies. Good
Ooh.
choice.
It's my second favorite.
Batman is fantastic in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was saying.
Of
Well,
course,
Cleveland. So,
yeah.
like I was saying, though, perfect timing for them to put that whooping on the Titans because now you have a struggling Ravens team. You have a rivalry game coming up. They're going to be fired up for it.
Yeah.
You go out there, you give it your all. You hopefully come out with a win. They have a really good defense. I don't know for sure what will happen, but their offense has struggled all year against everybody. I think we win that game.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 easy games. You can kind of take it easy. I hope they don't do it too much because it could be a trap situation with the Steelers on the horizon. But if you win those 2 games, knowing you have Pittsburgh last, and depending on what happens with you guys, which I don't think you would have to lose 3 out of 4 for us to get to the division. It's not going to happen.
No.
But just to be able to say, if that's your one loss and to be able to go into the playoffs and say, hey, we belong here and go in strong for that last game. And then whoever you play in the playoffs, it's looking like it's either going to be the Colts, the Titans, both already defeated, the Dolphins, or the Bills.
Yeah.
And honestly, out of those 4 teams, I would probably want to play the Titans least than the
Yeah.
Bills.
I would say Bills would be up there for me.
And then the Dolphins and then the Colts. I really would like to see the Colts in the playoffs again. I think that they're one-dimensional. You could easily beat them.
The thing the Browns got to be careful about is they get that level of comfortability. And I
Yes.
think they did it on Sunday. They were kicking their fucking ass on Sunday. They had an amazing first half and then did pretty much nothing in the second half.
38-7, and then they ended up only winning by 6.
Yeah, like they do. And I've said that even last year's team, like week over week or even just quarter over quarter, half over half, they get comfortable. Like it's not like a cocky thing, but it's like, we've got this in the bag, nothing to worry about. And then they fucking fall apart.
Yeah.
So they gotta, these next couple weeks, they've got to play them hard every week. Don't feel like settled in or anything. Like they've got it in the bag.
Yeah.
Because anything could happen at this point.
And that was my thing watching the game. I wasn't super upset with like that fourth quarter touchdown that they let because they had 5.5 minutes left. They made them eat up 4 minutes of that time. And I was like, cool. I don't care if they get a touchdown here. That's fine. The fumble thing was stupid. Should have never happened.
Right.
My biggest issue was you go into halftime, like you said, 38-6,
7.
38-7.
Mhm.
And you come out and you allow 2 quick touchdowns. That you can't have.
Yeah.
You can let people make a fourth quarter comeback when you're up high
course.
because then you're willing to let some stuff go. You got some safeties back deep. Don't let anything big happen and let's chew some clock. You can't let people go out there and just start scoring at will right after halftime, switching up the momentum.
And this is a testament to you just saying like the last team you want to play is Tennessee in the playoffs again,
100%.
because so that tape will become an obsession for them for the next however many weeks until they play the Browns again. They will watch that tape and study that tape more than their favorite movie.
Yep.
And it's very difficult. Divisions, whatever. It's very difficult to beat the same opponent 2 times in the same
100%.
season.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Does it happen often?
It is one of those. So they say like when you play them 3 times, when you get the luck of playing them in the playoffs, that's impossible.
Really?
Like to beat them 3 times is impossible.
Just because you're studying tape on your previous games with them.
You're bound to lose one. You're playing the same team over and over again. They're going to learn your weakness after a while.
Yep.
So yeah, I understand Jesse's point on that. I would personally want to play the Dolphins. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Dolphins
Interesting.
worry me a little bit because that defense is so nasty.
it's pretty good. Yeah.
I do like the idea of being able to take on Tua just
Yeah.
because he's a rookie and I don't think that he would be able to beat us. But for whatever reason, I just don't trust Phillip Rivers in the playoffs. I don't trust the Colts. I think that their defense is a little bit more suspect than the Dolphins is. And I typically side with defense when it comes to big games,
Mhm.
unless you have a high-powered offense like a Chiefs or something.
It's strange because this is the year where home field really doesn't matter, to be honest. You know, there's no
Right.
fans really up there. So we're all fighting for a number 1 that really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the best team wins.
So now we've seen what the Browns could do. At what point do we start talking Super Bowl, baby?
Get the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't going to the Super Bowl this year. You'll
Okay,
get playoffs.
We're not going to the Super Bowl this year. We're not.
You can get second round
But-
playoffs tops.
I don't think that. I think that this year, the way that it is lined up, I believe that every single team in the playoffs is beatable. Not necessarily that we would be favored, but every single team is beatable except for the Chiefs. And even that, if you could get your run game going and keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands, you could 1 out of 100 times beat the Chiefs.
Well, for them, it's their defense. That's
what I'm saying.
That's their biggest hole. It's a weakness that they have not addressed yet either since last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah. But I think that we can beat the Steelers. You guys have played 2 bad games before this.
Yeah.
Before this loss.
I think it's possible for them to beat the Steelers. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's possible.
I think the Bills started hot and didn't finish.
Yeah.
I didn't think we would beat the Titans. I thought we would have a good game and lose.
I had you guys losing against the Titans.
I think we all had us losing to the Titans. I don't want to see them again, but obviously they're beatable because you already beat them once. Colts we've beat handedly. And like I said, Dolphins and them, they don't scare me. So the way that it lines up, I could easily see us being a Titans type of team where you make a deep run in the playoffs and nobody knows what's going to happen. Yeah. Anything can happen any given Sunday. And this team has so much firepower. If Baker's on, cool. If Chubb is on, cool. If Hunt is on, cool. Like, you will find a way.
As long as they don't get comfortable, they stand a good chance of going far.
This is the greatest season that I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, it's their
For
best.
you, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, their record is the best, since 94 or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're having a hell of a year. Baker is in the zone. I mean, he's obviously feeling confident and good. They're having fun out there. You know, like as a team, they're playing really well. Odell's still out, right?
Yep. Odell's out all year.
Yeah, I told you. They do better without him.
I think they're going to trade him
off, man.
We talked about this earlier in the year, and I said I don't think that Odell's the problem. I think the people who say that are dumb, like this and that. And I don't think that he was the problem, but there is something. I don't know what it is, but there is something to it because
they don't have the chemistry, man.
And that might just be it because he played great without him. He came on, they had a bad year. He wasn't playing great at the beginning of the year. And since then, Baker has played bad opponents and now he's played good opponents and he has played fantastic against both.
Yep. There's something between Baker and him where I don't know if it's this idea of Odell being like a top echelon player and that intimidates Baker and he feels like obligated to throw to him like that's that. I think that he feels this pressure. Like I've got to get him the ball because then he doesn't ever, Odell never came out and showed that he was upset. Like he never vocalized that, but you could kind of feel like this, like I'm not getting the ball on the sidelines. He'd be kind of shrugging it off. And I think that having him on field, Baker feel pressure to maybe throw to him when he shouldn't have. And now that he's not there, it eliminates that pressure. And he's been playing great.
I said this the week after Odell got hurt. I said, so in my opinion, I think Baker plays better without him. And I'll tell you why. I don't think it's Odell's problem. I don't think Odell's like literally hurting the team or anything. I think when you have a contract like that, when you have a superstar contract and you see that and you go, look, we're paying this guy this much money. And it's like, we need to throw him the ball. Exactly. We need to give him as many opportunities as we can get. Yeah. And sometimes it just doesn't work out there. So I honestly think that's the problem. And now that pressure's off of Baker, now it's like I can throw to whoever I want on here. Yeah. These are just a bunch of, I don't want to say nobodies. I'm just saying like a bunch of wild cards out here. Yeah. You know, like throw to whoever.
Odell is a superstar and they want to get return on investment.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that the money that they paid, that they're getting something out of him, that he's making touchdown, he's making catches, whatever it is. And then Baker feels that pressure. And I said, like you said, I don't think Odell is the problem, but I think it's a chemistry thing. It's a mental thing that he just feels pressure to have him there. And with him gone, it sucks.
Well, and that's the thing is I think that he will be gone because Andrew Berry is a numbers guy. It's a big contract. He knows that he has value. Whoever he trades him to, he's still going to be locked up for a couple of years. Rashard Higgins has emerged as a clear number 2, sometimes a number 1. Donovan Peoples-Jones has been, he's a rookie, so you can't expect a ton from him, but he's a deep threat. He's been running some decent routes the last couple of days or last couple of weeks. And Kadero Hodge, he was out this game because he was injured, but like he's had some big plays down the stretch. So you've got all these guys along with your tight ends and stuff. You don't really need him as seen by the play that we've witnessed.
There's always Jarvis.
And Jarvis has been unstoppable the last 2 weeks.
Jarvis.
I think that you could trade him and you're going to make a big push to get, some picks or a decent player to go on your defense, something along those lines. You have one of the best offenses in the league. You have the best 2 running backs in the league. You've got a quarterback that is on fire. I think you go into next year riding your playoff high. You get rid of the guy that wasn't helping you do it in the first place. You get a huge king's ransom in return for it, and you continue to build on what you got with the coach that you now have that is going to be successful in Cleveland.
I agree.
Yeah, hey, like I said, I won't ever. I like to talk crap about the Browns just for the sake of it, but you can't knock them this year. I mean, they're having a hell of a season.
I think
a Browns Steelers Super Bowl playoffs. It's going to be interesting, man. Yeah. It's been a long time since they've been in. So
Northeast Ohio wins when the Steelers and the Browns are both doing well.
100%.
Yeah.
That's just good for football too, because those are godfathers of the NFL.
Yeah.
And people have forgotten about the Browns because these last 30 years, but the Browns are one of the pillars that this league was built on. Yeah. It's one of the most historically rich franchises in the entire league.
Yep.
And the rivalry between them and Pittsburgh is greater than any other rivalry. People talk about Packers and the Bears, and that's the oldest rivalry, but just how much meshed, intertwined, it's family between Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Yeah.
Bill Cowher, Super Bowl coach, was molded in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Noll, the dynasty Steel Curtain coach, played for Cleveland.
Yeah.
When Cleveland moved, Pittsburgh was one of two teams that did not vote for us to move. They were the only one that voted against the move because they didn't want to lose their rival. We are a part of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you cannot break that rivalry. So when people talk about Baltimore and Pittsburgh or Baltimore and Cleveland
out for us,
it's just
soft music.
It's just so much deeper than
I'm moved,
well, we beat each other every couple of years.
Right.
What'd you say, Carter?
I said I'm moved, honestly.
Right. They should make that into a movie.
You guys.
I don't think I've ever heard Jesse speak so kindly before ever.
Browns and Steelers spend like Christmas together.
For the record, I didn't say anything that was speaking kindly. I just said they were connected. I just said it was some oomph.
Like
I never gave them a compliment. Play the tape back.
Play the tape.
It's like the Christmas scene from the ending scene from The Grinch where they're all holding hands singing the song around the tree.
Dahoo forest. Welcome.
Change the subject quick.
Anyway, outside of professional football, did you guys see that high school football game?
I saw it because of your page.
Bro, that shit was wild.
Alabama State Championship.
Dude.
Freaking 28 seconds left. Guys have a 9-point lead. They go to punt the ball.
Auburn has a 9-point lead.
Auburn has a 9-point lead. They go to punt the ball away. 28 seconds left. And this kid makes an incredible play. Comes flying to block this thing.
Yep.
Take it back. Runs it all the way back for the touchdown.
Yep.
Then they get the onside kick, and this is where coaching comes into play.
They fucked up on that. They fucked up on that kick because they had nobody up there to protect it. They were lined up, and they had too many people back.
Yeah, so they're
it was the Falcons.
They looked like they were in a regular
formation.
Yep. You got to load the box, man. You got to load the side. Get your hands team out there.
Lazy play, man.
They kick this onside kick. They get it easily. And they go down and they kick the field goal to win this thing.
Yep.
28 seconds. They score 10 points to win the game when they were losing by 9.
The highlight for me was the evolution of the commentary. So like when it first starts, when they first run that first playback that you were mentioning, they go like, okay, and they run a touchdown back. All right, well, we've got a 3-point ball game. And all their, and then they kicked it and it's a 2-point ball game. All right, we got a 2-point ball game. Okay, here we go. Like they're not excited at all.
No, they don't think anything's going to happen.
They're just like, okay, and here comes the onside kick and all. And then they go, this is interesting. All right. Well, they get the ball and you start hearing them get a little more like into it. And then like by the time they're running it down there for the game win, field goal, it's unbelievable. It's pandemonium. Like these guys have never seen anything like it. Neither did I.
The band's on the field.
Yeah.
The band's on the field.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I watched that clip that Jesse, I'm pretty sure it was Jesse who shared it. And honestly, I didn't realize until I read the caption afterwards that it was a high school game. I thought it was at least college.
It was impressive.
Like
it was at Alabama Stadium.
Yeah, I was very impressed as to how well they were playing, honestly.
Well, the fact that they didn't even give up, like they're all sitting there sobbing on the sidelines. Like they feel like their season, because you got to think, I mean, that is your state championship. There are players on those teams that are going to be playing at Auburn, at Alabama, in the SEC. Like these are legitimate players who have worked hard. They're probably their entire lives. They're seniors on that team that, are trying to ride off in the sunset, and they feel like everything's fallen away from them. And then this one person just lights a spark with that individual play. I don't know who that kid is, but that kid better get some freaking offers, because that is insane what he was able to do.
It was very impressive. It was an interesting game. Did any of you guys watch the Coastal Carolina BYU?
No.
It was a very similar story to that Auburn game. Carolina was not the favorite. BYU was the favorite. Coastal Carolina, back and forth, end of game. BYU returns. I mean, like, they had like 28 seconds left in this game.
Yeah.
Get the kickoff. Amazing plays downfield, like stop clock plays. Get to the 15-yard line or so. Centers the fucking ball. The dude gets tackled like inches from the end zone to win the game.
Wow.
Bro, I mean,
Stopped him?
they stopped him.
The Titans ran
BYU
the
to
Super
come
Bowl.
back and won. This dude perfectly set up. He's in the end zone, man. I'm like, they fucking won this. And then like 3 dudes just push him and they fucking lost. I'm like, this would have been the most incredible comeback.
Yeah.
Like, with the little amount of time that they had, this quarterback went, and I mean, he's just winging them.
Yeah.
And they're just taking every catch. No stopping. They're doing like, what is that? No play huddle, no huddles or whatever.
No
like,
huddle.
dude, it was insane.
And it's like, we've grown so spoiled when it comes to comebacks in the 21st century, because now it happens every week.
Because we've seen the greatest comeback of all time
But now,
by the King.
but like, now you see something like that where they fall just short, and you understand the tragedy of it all. Like, you understand just how
That's the thing.
tough it is to do all this.
Even if I don't watch either of those teams, but even if I was a Carolina fan,
Mhm.
like, I wasn't voting for either of them or rooting for either of them, but like, I felt bad when Auburn lost or when BYU lost, like, because it was such a great comeback, and then for them to just fall that short.
And they were undefeated too.
Yeah, dude. It was, both teams were undefeated.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they were out of division. BYU agreed to play like last minute, so I don't think either teams really had the opportunity to like study tape or anything like that.
Mhm.
Like, it was kind of a last minute game. The other team fell out for some reason or whatever. It was just impressive. It was really cool to watch.
Speaking of last minute games, they were thinking that the Ohio State Michigan game was not going to happen because of COVID,
Yeah.
and it's looking like it's going to now.
Michigan's just like, please take us out of our misery.
Guess
Let's
what-
just all get COVID.
Guess what the over under is, or not the over under, but just like the betting line.
38.
No,
No idea.
Ohio State by 29.
Mm.
Wow.
It is the third highest line out of all games in college sports right now, and it's got to be one of the highest in years.
They haven't won.
I would
in,
put
like,
money-
forever,
Not a
right?
rivalry. Yeah.
I would put money on Michigan taking the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they'll win the game by any means, but that rivalry typically seems like it goes close. And I know that they're supposed to have like 12 guys out because of COVID, but I don't know. There's just something about that game. It's always good, and we pull away at the end. But it has been. I mean, I don't know.
It's been forever since they've had.
No, I don't think I've seen.
they haven't won a game.
The last time they won was whenever Tressel and Pryor
Oh,
got suspended.
08.
It was something like that. It's been a
long time.
while. But yeah, I don't think that they're gonna win by 29. There's just something in me that doesn't think that that'll happen.
There's no way.
I just think the NCAA is trying to push for Ohio State to get into that, because if they don't play,
Right.
They-
Doesn't help us
they-
get in the
it doesn't help them get
playoffs.
into the BCS, and I just think they're trying everything they can to push them in there.
Oh, you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got alumni everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. What else? That high school coach or high school ref?
Yeah.
They got laid the fuck out.
Mm.
Dude, okay, so
Kid gets ejected.
here's my thing.
That's ridiculous.
Dude gets ejected. Absolutely. He's had other issues before. He's had issues in, I think, soccer or something. He played as well.
Yeah.
So now they voted to kick the team out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
Penalize the kid by all means. He shouldn't be able to play the rest of the season. If he had scholarships, consider maybe reconsidering them or whatever. But you're going to penalize that high school team for one player and ruin their, I mean, you got to think a senior, have a phenomenal season, you make it to the playoffs, and then one douchebag fucks it for you. What do you
This-
think?
I'm like 75% on the same side as you, but the other quarter, this kid did have another incident where he put his hands on, I believe it
Yeah.
was another
It's
ref.
not his first time.
I think it was another ref. It was in soccer though. It wasn't in football.
Yeah, that's right. It was
But
soccer.
but the coach knew about this kid and you put him out there anyways, and you didn't get him off the field, you didn't handle things the right way.
They tried though. Did you see them chasing him down?
Yeah, but I just
But
you gotta. I don't know. I'm not saying.
No, I know.
I'm not saying that they should punish everybody because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in punishing an entire team for that unless you're in practice or something like that. Somebody fumbles you, everybody goes runs or something stupid like that. But like, there had to be more to it, I think.
Yeah.
My thing is, so how's that fair to like Justin Smith, the quarterback, who has no decision on who goes in and who plays and who doesn't? He's not the coach. How is that fair to him? All he's doing is playing the game that he knows.
100%.
And it's like, so the whole team gets punched. My thing is, you got a problem with that kid, kick his ass out, get him out and ban him for the rest of the year, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm pretty sure he was a senior, so whatever. His season's over. It's not going to matter to him. He's going to go on and
he'll be on last chance
for
you.
Right.
Play for Cincinnati Bearcats.
But I just feel, I just think about those
Shout out to Kevin
players.
Shelton.
I think about those players like it's your senior year of football. Like that's such an important time in a lot of like people's lives and stuff. And then for your final year to be shattered because of one kid, I don't know, man. Like I get it. Like we'll put it on the coaches.
Sure.
It's not the
I don't disagree with you.
It just sucks.
There's just a part of me that thinks there's got to be more to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, it seems so extreme. And because of the prior incident, I wonder if maybe there was a warning or if there was something like, I don't know.
I want to know what happens with the charges because they're like charging him with like assault or something.
He should.
I mean, he laid that dude the fuck out. He's like 60-something-year-old referee.
You don't do that to a player, let alone a referee. And my thing is though, is like
we were watching WWE or something, man.
Right? And it appeared that way. It didn't even seem real,
right?
If you're gonna punish the whole team, like, look, at the end of the day, they should all just huddle together and go, let's just all kick his ass then. And if we're all going to be out, like, let's just do it. Like, we're going to get punished anyway. Let's just all beat his ass.
Full Metal Jacket.
Soap in the pillowcase.
Yeah.
Fuck you, pile. Dude, I love that movie.
Dude, me too.
So good.
Me too.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up, though. I don't know. I just feel bad. The dude's in the wrong. I mean, it's not like it's college or whatever you can find them. You're not going to find a high school team. But
did you guys ever get into it with a ref when you played?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been red carded several times in soccer.
Me too.
I used to be a little dick.
Soccer's the only thing I ever got into it with a ref on.
Yeah, me too.
So when I used to play basketball, so I played basketball from 4th grade all the way till I was a senior in high school, all throughout there. When I was in middle school, I used to spike my hair up. I had pretty long hair. Like if I parted it down, it was down to about right here. And I would spike it up. Like I would, gel it all, the hour before the game time.
You were Birdman.
Yeah. And they hated the look of me. Every time I came out, there's one ref in particular. Every time I'd get him on Sunday games, he would make it an effort to try to get me fouled out of the game for ridiculous bullshit fouls.
Yeah.
And I knew it.
I laid a dude out in center field. I was during soccer and got red carded and I still tried to fight it.
Yeah.
Dude, he dirty slide tackled me. I like fucked my shit up, man.
Yeah. You actually played. Like you were good at soccer, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a box of trophies in the garage.
Nice.
But and then so dirty play or whatever. So after that, I've got the ball. I'm coming up midfield and I pass it off and then I fucking just deck the dude. Lay him out midfield and then dude, whole game's like fucking on pause, throwing me out and I'm throwing a fit. Like I didn't mean to. I was just whatever. It was bullshit.
It was a mistake.
I was so pissed though, man.
See, I was not good at soccer.
Yeah.
I only did it to stay in shape for track season.
Yeah.
So I'm like going in, learning all the rules for the first time, like learning about what offside, because I'm thinking I'm just gonna blow past these guys, just kick it, because that was when I was actually fast. And we were playing against this one team, and they put me on, or I was on defense when I was playing like all the way up at the midfield, and they launch it over, and this dude's got me beat by like 5 to 10 yards or something, and I'm just hoofing it. It just kicked over me. So I hawk him down, and I'm like, okay, I can't tackle him from behind. I know that. I remember that. But if I get in front of him, I can do what I want.
Yep.
So I get in front of him and I turn and I sweep his leg, and the dude called me from behind and he gives me a yellow card. So I'm like, fuck that, man. Like I got in front of him. Like, fuck you. Red card, kick me out. I'm like, oh, fuck you, you fucking red. I was bad, man.
Get him a body bag, Jesse.
That was my last game. I got kicked off for that one. Like, I don't give a shit. I don't need this fucking game.
Speaking of body bag, Carter, how you doing?
Still here. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Wrong one.
Damn it.
Wrong freaking page.
I was saying because of his job.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good Lord.
Carter, did you play any sports?
I threw shot put and discus in high school. Other than that, I was mascot. So
You ever throw the shot put at a ref who measured it wrong?
no, but so funny story, kind of related to it. I was at an away, an away game or away meet, and it was my turn to throw. And I walk up to it, grab the shot put, and I throw it. And right as I throw it, dude, I fart. Loudest fart I think I've ever had in my life, right in front of and this is I was like a high school, like freshman in high school, maybe late junior high, and I just let
Shit
one
the bed.
rip in front, in front of these
Did it
like
at least
two
like
girls
propel
that
it a little bit farther? Yeah.
in front of these two girls, I was like, oh man, these girls are so cute, blah blah blah, just let one rip. And the kid writing the measurement down, the girl goes out and measures it, says how far it was, and the guy goes, dude, I'm giving you an extra foot for that.
I was gonna
Nice.
ask, like, did you get extra or subtracted for the fart?
No,
Oh my God.
no, but yeah,
Awesome.
takes a lot for me to get embarrassed, but that one I think did it when I was
Bro, I don't know why, but farts are awkward. Like, I don't. Yeah, they're funny when it's other people, but like when
for
it's you,
sure.
it's embarrassing.
In hindsight, like I laugh about it all the time, but like
Yeah, dude.
in the moment, I was like, just kill me, please.
Yeah, dude. That's funny as fuck, though. I love
It's better
it.
than like a fucking performance or something. Like whenever you were on stage.
Oh yeah, I've had
Stand up. Are you there?
Good God.
Oh, yeah.
I've
good
had
times.
some,
All right.
some
Last thing for
people.
sports.
Last thing. What do we got?
Our boy Floyd Mayweather is coming out of retirement for the biggest fight of his entire life.
Money Mayweather versus Rocky Balboa.
He's going up
That would make more
against
sense.
Logan Paul,
Yes, dude. I'm
I-
pumped.
the famous YouTuber.
I would be down if knockouts were real. Like if they could actually do that.
Logan would die.
Yeah. And that would be great.
Logan's bigger than him. Logan's way bigger than him.
Logan. So Nate.
He won't beat him, but I don't know if he could take some punches. He actually fights. Like
Yeah.
he's not like Jake.
That's what I was gonna say. Logan actually trains and fights. Jake, this was his first one.
Yeah.
Because of his brother, he's wanted to get into it. Logan actually fights. Like, I could see it being a decent. I mean, he's
Like Logan's gonna get his
dude.
ass beat because it's Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
But
Man.
I'm just really hoping, like I'm just hanging on the fucking comical fact because I can't stand Floyd Mayweather. What if
I'm not a fan.
What if his one loss in his entire career came to a fucking YouTuber?
Right.
Oh my,
I would love it.
I mean, we're both gonna get paid. I mean, Jake just made big money for that fight he did.
Yeah.
I mean, for like nothing.
Yeah.
He made
It
several.
wasn't nothing. He knocked him out cold.
Yeah, dude, that's just wild. He
That-
made
that was the best hit all night.
several million for that. You know,
Yeah.
this Floyd fight that Homeboy's gonna make some money.
Logan might not make that much money though, because the way that Floyd fights, like he writes every line of that contract himself.
Yeah.
Like if it's a $200 million purse,
Yeah.
he's gonna take about 195.
Bro,
Like,
here's the deal. If Logan makes 2-3 million off of one fight,
oh yeah,
it's $2-3 million.
yeah.
I mean, I'll take it
For $500,000, would you let Floyd Mayweather knock you out?
hell yeah.
Oh,
for
for sure.
$500,000.
He's not known for knockouts. He's not gonna kill me. Tyson, no, I
You're
might
talking.
die.
You're talking like unrestricted punch from Mayweather.
Tax free.
Like you're going in this fight and he promises you're going to get knocked out.
I ain't
Oh,
doing it.
we're fighting.
I ain't doing it.
Like,
Not
like
for 500.
I'm not just like putting my chin out.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm definitely doing it then.
Oh,
500,000.
500,000, yes.
I would.
Floyd
I
is
would
not
do
going
that
to kill
all,
me.
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carter would do it.
Listen. It would be over
Listen, you got a
before
soft
you
head,
even
bro.
knew it.
Sorry.
You'd hear the bell ring, and then you'd just be waking up in the hospital. Like you'd just
But
be
it's the
done.
it's the next several days or week after that you just feel like fucking
No.
death.
Because this is the thing. I've had a concussion before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Concussion
It's
sucks.
obvious.
Yeah. Concussion sucks.
Yeah, I've had him.
But Floyd's not known for knocking people out. He's not a very big dude. He could knock you out. I'm not saying he couldn't.
Yeah.
But for 500 grand, all I have to do is go in for the fight, and he's talking shit saying he's going to knock me out. I'm going to do my very best. And as soon as he comes in and catches me, even if it's not like the knockout punch, I'm just going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck you, Floyd. I got 500K.
I need more money out of it.
So for $1 million, Mike Tyson wants to knock you out.
Nope.
No fight. Just hit you right across the face.
$1 million from Floyd, I'm doing it. I don't even have to fight. He can just fucking hit me and knock me out. Tyson, that dude kill you. I'm gonna need way more money than that.
Mike
Tyson,
would legitimately
even now,
knock my skull off of my spine. Like legitimately. The
Yeah.
force would snap the base of my spine and it would
Flawless
kill me.
victory.
So no for $1 million then?
How much?
No amount of money from Mike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would do it
mean,
for $5 million. He can knock me out right now.
Like
You
unrestricted.
can't spend it if you're dead.
No,
For $5 million, he won't kill me. I swear to God.
bro,
He
you're
might
gonna-
not kill you.
You're gonna be the fucking dude in the wheelchair with the thing that does the
Trump?
movies.
Yeah,
That's the Trump
but listen,
lens.
that's going to be a
Guy.
nice ass wheelchair for $5 million.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna have a super nice
I mean,
wheelchair. What's that guy? Steven? Is it Stephen Hawking?
Yeah.
That's gonna be Chris.
The sec he hits me, I'm cramping up my neck like this as hard as possible.
You're
He
gonna be
fucking
able
hits
to,
me,
bro.
knocks me out. I'm going to sleep, and then I wake up.
Your head is going to come off of your body.
Yeah,
No fucking.
I legit think he would decapitate you
For $5 million, I'm dying to find out.
because you
Zach Galifianakis did not actually get hit in The Hangover.
you got to think
Wait,
though.
what?
You got to think these dudes that are getting knocked out, like they're training, their body is. I mean, you're never ready for that, but like
Yeah.
you're fit. We're not built for that, man.
They're lifting with their necks and shit.
Yeah, they're
like
doing shrugs and all that. Like, bro, he would break your neck. I feel like.
But that's what you overlook. I didn't say you couldn't train for this. See, I'll have months to get ready for the fight.
I still ain't. Not for. I don't know.
for $5 million, if I get months to fight, I will literally just sit there and
Yeah.
just fucking do dips.
You're gonna like
every
that.
day.
I'll look
Jesse's
like Kurt
gonna-
Angle by the time
I'll
it's
just
done.
come out and be like,
Jesse's gonna be that dude with the mugshot, the neck dude.
yeah, bro.
See, you'd be fine.
I'm the juggernaut,
Here's the
bitch.
deal.
I'd be the long neck dude's body, but I'd be the thick neck dude's neck.
I feel like because now that you made that point and you can train, I think I would, because here's the deal. If I'm getting $5 million tax free,
Mhm.
I'm going to quit my job.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna have to work. I'm going to just get in the gym, get fit as fuck,
Exactly.
and then try and throw down. On
I'm
places,
immediately
bro.
going to Ryan Madigan and I'm just saying, train me so I don't die. I
Right.
don't need to know how to fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out World Kickboxing Academy, Ryan Madigan. Ryan the Lion Madigan.
Not only will I take the $5 million right before he swings, I'm going to say, knock me out, bitch.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I'm not doing that.
then after he knocks you out, he's gonna fucking skull stomp your ass, bro.
He's going to fucking cartoon hit you like,
It's going to be like the game, Punch Out.
Bro, yeah. He would like, don't disrespect me like that.
I sang one night in Bangkok.
I knock your shit out.
You're just going to be really
I
sore the
love-
next day.
Oh, my God.
I love Tyson, man. That dude is funny.
You're a
as
big
fuck.
Couldn't
Tyson
fight.
fan.
Felt like a bitch.
I think he's in trouble though if he fights Evander. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be an interesting fight. Evander's just got anger towards him still,
And he
so-
stays in cardio shape,
Yeah.
unlike who was the last guy, Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude just came on to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Jones wasn't in it for anything. He made like a third of what Tyson made.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'd do it for that though. For an exhibition, I'd do it.
yeah, that's the thing. That's what the Mayweather fight is going to be, special exhibition fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully it's more contact allowed than the Tyson fight, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to allow them. Like they're going to have probably like less heavy gloves, and I don't know. Are they going to wear helmet gear?
Oh, that'd be whack.
It'd be super.
Don't do that.
Yeah. It's what, February 21st or something of next year.
Yeah.
February 20th of next year.
Listen, I just want to see Logan Paul get his clock cleaned.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like him.
I can't stand either of
I
that.
don't-
I can't
I
either.
don't mind him.
The one dude, what was it? He said all that shit about Nazis and all that, and how,
Yeah, they're
like-
fucking assholes.
yeah.
A lot of that's just for that freaking internet clout, man. They make money.
They do make money.
Yeah, they make big money on YouTube.
Yeah, they do. That's
so-
why I'm starting a YouTube for my.
You're gonna do just like
I'm just gonna do shit for my articles, but
Yeah.
I got 327,000 views on the articles. I can't imagine the
Damn,
videos
YouTube.
won't be.
We should do
Won't be
table. We should
higher.
do table readings of Jesse's articles. We'll just all sit around and read a paragraph.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of statistics.
Yeah.
Couple of opinions shoved in there.
I'm holding out for Conor versus Poirier though
Dude,
for
I
January.
I
So
love Connor, man. I'm ready to see that dude just back in the ring. I don't care who he fights.
that's
I want
gonna,
to see him fight Stipe.
that Super Bowl show always is a
Stipe
spectacle.
would eat him.
I would just like to see the fight.
Stipe would pick him
Yeah,
up
Stipe would fuck him up.
and he would throw
You think
him.
so?
He's like
He's
three
3,
times
4,
bigger.
yeah, weight classes higher.
Yeah, I just think of like quality of fighter though, and I'm like, man, Connor's a monster.
I would
He
say,
is,
I would say,
but-
I want to see like Conor versus GSP would be interesting.
Yeah, be cool.
Yeah.
anything with Connor. I'm a Connor fanboy. I ain't got any issues admitting that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connor versus Stipe would be like Captain America fighting Thor at the end of Infinity War. He's just gonna hold his hand for a second and then gone.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Stipe has a freaking podcast now? Dude, I don't just fuck this
Hey guys,
guy.
welcome to the podcast.
Jab podcast.
Just
what is it?
podcast.
Just
Today's guest is Norton from Norm from Norton's Furniture. Hey Stipe, if you can't find good listeners in your podcast, you can't find them anywhere. And I'm the champion, so I support that message.
You're gonna share this, right? Like
Because
this
I'm-
little clip.
I'm Stipe Miocic. I'm a really good fighter, and I sell furniture.
I want this to go viral.
That's what it is.
Jesse has the best.
Chocolate.
They're the same person. What's this episode about?
Chocolate. Now we're talking about selling Norton furniture and fighting.
That's all that it is.
Dude, I can't with you. I'm just
Awful.
jealous because he's fucking a celebrity and he's getting freaking celebrities on there. I want Jeremy Piven.
Because he's a fucking celebrity.
Yeah, he had Jeremy
It's
Piven
not
on.
fair
That was
right
his
off the
first
bat.
freaking guest.
Who's Jeremy Piven?
Entourage is like was his big role. He's in other
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
too. but
TCU
he's a
is my favorite.
comedian or
I'd
stand
know
up
him
or
if I
something.
saw him.
You would know who he is.
Yeah.
But that was like their
The Family
first
Man?
guest. I'm just like, fuck, man.
Nick Cage, no.
That's a good movie.
I know Nick Cage.
Great fucking
Dude,
great
that's
Christmas
a
movie.
Good movie.
Great Christmas movie.
Yes, Family Man. All right. Anyhow, anything else? We got anything else to talk about? I think that's it.
No.
Talk sports.
Oh!
Rest in peace to the Steelers.
Real quick, side note, not important, not a talking point, but I just want to throw it out there. Keeping up with my fantasy football journey, I needed to win this game in order to get my first round bye
Yeah,
and
fuck you.
steal it from Fargo, but I lost because I got my ass handed to me by the top team in the entire league. But by the grace of God that you two don't believe in, but this right here should make you a believer. Both teams are going to lose, and I'm going to keep my first round bye.
This
Let's go, baby.
guy.
Let's go.
Fucking Jesse.
Whew.
God damn it.
That's all I needed
Steelers.
to say.
All right, guys.
Don't say that.
I'm just upset. I'm upset with Benny Boy. That's my boy. All right. That's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Carter, for joining us via the Zoom. Appreciate you having on, telling us your story, and your magic was fantastic.
For sure.
We'll check you guys next week. We've got a special guest next week, another guest. We have a motorcycle
Oh yeah.
accident amputee coming on. Lost her leg in a motorcycle accident, and she still races motorcycles. We're gonna hear her story. I think that's pretty cool. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the bell. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.